Boom! Welcome back, everyone, for those who are watching, to another Saturday session of the Ironheart Merchant Company. Session 10. You may hear the sounds of motorcycles in the background as people celebrate the Celebrate 420, as my stoned ass is as well. But for normal session, we are back, and last time we left off, the party had spent most of the day, well, truly dealing with the hogs of the displacer hogs. Having taken on a hunt, the party decided to spend its earlier or at the beginning of its session hunting down a group of hogs with the use of a young frost giant named Katun, who would smother himself in bison manure just to avoid being smelled or seen by the creatures. The party would manage to capture, I believe it was like 14 in total with the piglets. No, 16 in total with the piglets, I believe. Like
Something like that.
12 piglets, like 4 adults that you kept, and then like 2 others that you kept away.
17 total. It was 17 total.
17 total, that's it. With one very fat and pregnant female that was still huge. As the party would manage to capture this lot, they would decide to take their prize and withdraw, not wanting to find or slaughter any other displacer hogs. The party would return for an easy and quick profit, turning up...
Well, that's not entirely true. Shun Yet wouldn't kill a bunch.
That is true. Shun Yet did kill a couple of them.
Give the girl some credit.
Well, yeah, but we're not selling those. It's just going to eat them.
I said those were Shun Yet's prize to take home. But yeah, as you lot would return to sell the creatures, once again being disturbed by a interesting group, though a little light shopping would happen during session. We would jump forward to James running into a very interesting snow dwarf, a slightly xenophobic yet well-respected metal brand. I believe that was last session, right? Yeah.
That was last
Yes,
session.
okay, making sure. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wait, that was the session that Roland was not here for. Yes.
Yep.
As well as Essa running into, not once, but twice, Latch of the Last Latch Slavers Guild, who would offer, and as Essa would put it, blatantly insult Essa in front of her face, selling her both slaves of her own dragonkin race, as well as insulting her in a foreign language that she just happened to speak. The party would spend their time, or the rest of their time back on the ship, contemplating and debating what to do as they dealt with the pigs, or the very pregnant female, and prepared themselves for the next day. I know it's a general gist. It was a very light session last session. If there's anything important I missed, do you guys want to highlight?
I think that's more or less the gist, yeah.
Perfect.
Other than I went to the Assassins Guild. That was about...
Yeah, the shopping. Yep, the general shopping stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. Perfect. Yes, as you two return to the ship, spending the night enjoying yourselves with a pretty calm and relaxed night, learning about these slaves as much as you could, who, for the most part, seemed to sleep and stay quiet through the night. You lot managed to spend the night not seeing Rolleman come back till the following morning as we come back. Rolleman, having spent a quite an enjoyable day, you, after a quick breakfast at the inn, kind of leaving the Kreen's Leg Inn over in the Nobles District, hurriedly jogging back through to the Merchant's Spire, if you will, and heading down into the early mornings of the black market. You see your ship still docked and seeming to be quiet with very little movement. It seems to be still quite early in the day for most of the people kind of settling about their business.
Alright, I'll get on the ship.
As you come aboard, you see as James and Essa kind of above deck talking and discussing over some breakfast. As a table is kind of brought up, mugs of a brown liquid kind of set out by the chef as he kind of hands you lot your setup. Then returning below deck to feed the rest of the crew and eat with them. You lot are left alone as you see Rollman kind of coming on board the ship.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back. How did the trip go?
Better than expected. 17 catches, really large one's pregnant. We're gonna keep that one until it gives birth.
And we kept 4 of the piglets.
Oh, yeah.
One of them's name is Sparky.
Yeah, we found a weird one that has some kind of electric power, so we decided to keep that one.
And you trade the some of them in for
Yeah.
the reward.
Yeah, I have the potion cranes.
Can I see one? I'm interested what they look like.
I mean, I'll go grab the cage.
Alright, yeah, as you start heading down below, Dex seeing the crew kind of joking and laughing as they kind of eating their hearty breakfast, the smell of bacon kind of erupting from the down below. Hearty meat kind of being brought up as you see the chef or the cook kind of bring up a big slab of ham, some of it sliced already as he sets it aside, or sets it onto your table. Roman, as you kind of come sitting down with James. A few minutes later, Esther returns with the beautiful windowed cage with the multiple potion cream inside.
Now, the problem is we're going to need to buy a lot of flowers because they eat quite a few of them pretty quickly. The good news is they reproduce just as quickly as they're fed, basically. So
you do see a bunch of small eggs already piled up at the very bottom in one of the larger rosmium flowers.
And you remember my mother's garden, so I offered to assist with at least getting the garden started of these flowers.
But either way, we're going to stockpile now to feed them. So
Do we have a stock of rosmium and lesbian flowers, or we have to buy that?
We will need to purchase it.
willing to buy.
However, the potions we will sell from them will probably equate to more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with how fast they breed, we could also just sell potion cream. I mean, with how plentiful of an amount we're apparently going to have with all the eggs.
Possibility.
This is true. With that, I also need to inform you that I think you'll recognize the name from the bounty lists. Throstic Metalbrand. He was a snow dwarf that betrayed the Churchhorn family and is now exiled, and currently a crystal that he gave me that either may track us or be used to spy on us is stored in the captain's quarters in the chest, along with a small emergency fund.
What did he want?
I was looking for a specific item, and he was trying to sell it to me for cheaper than it would be around here to get.
How did they betray your clan?
He sold some of the family into slavery.
Interesting. Not the worst.
He's also a xenophobe. Not the worst. Slowly looking at him. Not the
No,
worst
Rollman's
crime.
right. No, Rollman's right. Yeah.
You're right, at least he didn't slaughter them, but he's also a xenophobe. So he's not very kind to anyone who isn't a snow dwarf.
How is he surviving here?
He had a whole fleet of snow dwarves.
Oh, okay. That's not
But they-
interact with him.
They headed off back towards the war zone.
Oh yeah, I believe I got news on that. No, that's Trafica. I got news on. That's not the
Trafica?
Mordor plans. Right, Rose. That's different.
What's up?
You said I got news that end of a war on Trafica.
Correct, the continent of Draffica.
That's Greg's Maritom and
The Gem Court. Oh, Ella Thunder.
Yeah,
I
we came from
never
Kertek,
remember.
didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, those are different. Yep, I remember now. How much that? Speaking of battle, there's a news that the war has ended on Trafica between Greg's Marathon and what the fuck he was fighting. I don't remember.
I think it was the Gem Court.
Sounds right.
Well, we still probably won't be heading there for a while. While our name is getting spread, it's getting spread because our because the Golden Heart Merchant Company is doing what they do and trying to cause problems for us. At this point, I'm just gonna leave them be. No sense in bad-mouthing a competitor.
I'm just gonna hope Alith Nyaddar's dead. It's easier that way.
Who?
It's the guy. It's the guy Lord Greg was fighting. It's the other nation. It's the
Good.
only other real nation on Draftica.
Also interesting news, as we all saw that giant figure the other day when we arrived. That was... Part of it was missing when we went out yesterday. I didn't point it out to you at the time, because I was unsure if it was just... it crouched down or something, but thinking back, I'm fairly certain that a part of it was just gone.
You know, these really are things I'd like to know at the time they happen.
What's
I'll
missing?
inform you. That giant figure that we saw when we were flying into the continent.
Oh, yeah, the statue. Isn't that a...
Yeah, a giant portion of it was missing, as though someone had lopped its head off.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's dead or if that's something it can do. I'm still going nowhere near there to find out.
It's not really our problem, I see it.
If it comes marching this way, it becomes our problem. In which case,
I mean,
we do the old skedaddle skadoodle.
I was about to say, we are currently, and I adjusted to our surroundings, on a ship that can fly.
Hopefully we can fly high enough and far enough to get away from it.
So, DM, I can piece together we're talking about the Titan, right?
Correct.
I wouldn't be that worried. The Titan doesn't really move.
Does something on it move?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's puppeted by another creature. Yeah. Everyone
Okay,
knows.
that might have been the part that's missing then.
The creature also very much hates the Toth.
The Titan or the thing controlling the Titan?
Probably
Both.
the thing controlling the Titan. Oh, both.
Both. Well, to be fair, the big rock Titan hates everything, to be fair.
Less of a reason to go there. But
Oh,
good
there's
to
no
know.
reason to go. It's very dangerous.
We're into negative reasons to go there.
Either way. Anything else we need to know that you learned, Roman, before we head off for our next mission?
Sadly, was not able to secure a deal with Drift's company.
That's
The
fair.
deal they said they would accept was just not good for us. It was like split based on contribution, as in if they had multiple ships and we have one, we would get a very small cut. So all of our stuff would basically get cut, and like we'd get none of it.
Sounds about right. We're a much smaller company.
Much smaller and much less armed right now.
And I went to the library looking into those statues I mentioned and my condition. It was strange. It wasn't that there wasn't anything. It was that where it would be, it was missing and torn out. So
That's not good. I'm guessing that means it is a magical ailment, so we can't exactly just head back to Utham's lands, who are doing stuff with more... What did he call it? Medical? In nature?
Physical treatments.
Yes,
Yeah.
physical treatments. So, I guess I'll just have to do my best to...
I mean, I feel fine. I'm not like
If it
Hey,
gets
ill.
worse, I'll have to do my best to try and undo it when that time comes.
You could always like hand make him little goggle things that just cover so he can't see from his peripherals whenever he went.
Don't they put those on horses?
Yeah, but like unique solutions for unique problems, right?
not a bad idea. I'll let you know if I see anything.
I'll make sure to
horrifying.
make him leather blinders.
I also watched the first Papul fight, and it was interesting. It's interesting individual. He very strong, very strong, wrestling ancient dragons,
Oh,
one in each hand.
That's kind of terrifying.
And I don't know how he knows of this or anything, but he knows of some elven. What's the right word? Secrets-esque things.
I mean, I doubt he's the only person researching the elves, so I'm not that surprised.
Given what I and probably most of my clan know of them came from you, I can say there was some general interest in some of their behaviors, but
Well, what he's doing is, from what I know, is makes people go mad, and he might be a little mad, but he's not all consumed.
The Toth are known for having very strong minds. I'd imagine if it came to staving off madness, they'd probably be better at it than most.
picking up what he's hinting at, James says he's going to go a little wide. Is he doing the ritual that your kin normally do? Of consuming that specific part?
Do you mean for spells?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Course.
Well, shit.
But other than that, it was a fun day.
Well, we can go see if there's anything new on the quest board before we head out to deal with the Zill.
I mean, or we could just go, because we were planning on doing the Zill next anyway, and then check our quest when we get back.
Are we all prepped?
We have everything we were planning to use.
I have some spells prepped.
Oh, I will mention on bounties, I did see Jakix wanted, so
I mean, after what he did, I'm not surprised.
seems they want him bad too, because I assume that's offered by Utham, right?
When you look at it, it doesn't have a signer. It just says Hrim Purser's Last Hold, Adventuring Guild.
Although, well, yeah, with it saying that, and with it being known to Utham, I think it's world known that he got a very large supply of beholder parts. Because he got so many of them, it was such a big supply in. I mean, it kind of checks out.
Yeah. With reward, yeah. Seems they want him dead bad. I don't know exactly what he did to Knighton, but it must have been not good.
And
Once
thanks
exit
to...
bounty, out of game, want him alive bad. It does say alive only.
Yes.
With what you managed to do the other day, I've unlocked a few more spells at my disposal. I can now identify as we need it, but it's a bit costly to do. So if we offer as a service, I'll be charging around 150 gold for it each time.
I wonder if it's worth identifying that cloak.
I'm not touching that.
Do you need to touch the thing to
Yes.
identify it? Oh, okay. Never mind then.
You sure?
Also, we need the cloak remove cursed rather than identified first.
Yeah. You don't. Do you have that spell? That one spells you unlock.
Remove curse.
That's not within my current abilities.
Darn.
Well, remove curse would be 3rd level. So I know of it. I do not have it.
Either way, if we want to start flying towards the Zill, we can try to get this.
I'll go rouse the crew.
Okay. As you head down, letting the crew know what, that you all are milling out, you watch as a few of them start shoveling down quickly their meals. Some of them taking them with them as they start to kind of grumble and head off to their positions. You watch as the ship starts to come to life, and you start to hear as a few merchants, or a few people coming through the portal as the thing is activated by the Dragonkin who stands at it, start shouting, "Bounties! Updated bounty rewards! We've got news of the wars to come!" as you watch a few criers kind of come through, which throwing or holding up these large, what looks to be like leather or scraps of leather in their hand that they're waving about.
Oh yes, there was also a bounty for some choir, the Three-Headed. Don't know who that is?
Does it say what choir the Three-Headed is?
Nope.
A picture? Anything?
Oh, is there a picture?
There is a picture. Give me a minute.
Gotta put something, because if you don't, no one's gonna know who the fuck it is to hunt.
No, just go around asking, find out.
Are you the choir, the Three-Headed?
Any unlucky creature with 3 heads may hunt. Like, that's not choir. It's like, well,
you look close enough like him. Does it really matter?
You gotta pay me something, right?
Give me a second. I'm just pulling it up right now. Let's see. Was I smart enough to include it in my copy of my notes? We're gonna find out. Give me like 2 seconds here. Where's Sunday's last session? Because I can never remember. Okay, we were on session. Yeah.
Wait, did Sunday run into this person?
No. You saw the crier come through the portal, so that means that the bounty was either first posted there or it's being brought through to be seen. Oh, I didn't fucking save the picture, damn it.
Yep, Sunday was notified of this bounty first because they got the first.
I see.
Yep.
Yep, you just found out about it. Let's see if I can find it in my history from yesterday real quick. But as you look on at it, oh, never mind. Pinterest doesn't. Nope, doesn't say specific links or anything. As you look onto it, you see this creature that looks to be a 6'5" ish, or thereabouts looking, 3-headed humanoid with somewhat bulkier shoulders and a very fluffy like fur, almost like a lycanthrope body. The 3 heads, the center looks to be a lion, the secondary one looks to be a goat, and the third looks to be a snake. You do notice its fists are also somewhat taloned, as it seems to be holding them like a monk. The creature looks to be wearing a, what are those monk robes called? The white robes, gi, just gi?
Gi.
It's just
Yeah, gi.
partial.
Wearing what looks to be a very old and worn out gi on them with a strange symbol on it that you don't recognize. It looks to be a bunch of different lines.
As a person very focused on natural creatures, I have 2 questions. One, does this thing look at all natural? Because I know there's natural chimera, but does this thing look at all natural to Essa looking for?
Give me a knowledge nature or survival check. I'll take either.
Oh, what am I better at? Let's find out. I'm slightly better at survival. All right. 20. Not natural, but 20.
As you look the creature up and down, it looks to be like it could have been born there. I mean, it fits every critique of what you've seen of creatures in the wild. It just looks to be a mixture of creatures. So this is a new monster that's coming to light, or something else has caused this creature to come to be, but it looks to be as natural as possible, or as you'd expect.
Okay. Then my second question, because I know it's in the world lore before game. I don't know if Essa knows it, so I'm going to ask. Is it known that the Toth do experiments, they make slave soldiers out of base creatures, and they kind of turn them into
There's rumors amongst the nations that this is the case because there's been lots of sightings. However, there's never been any cemented proof. As a traveler and living in the city, as it is, as well as for the rest of the group, the amount of traveling you've done, tall tales of creatures made to shit out gold, like the golden goose, for example, all the way up to beasts of such magnitude that could break down city walls, have been sighted throughout the Tothlands. And many believe that it's because the Toth are the ones to make them. The only creatures that are known to be outright experimented on are the trolls by the Toth.
Okay. So Essa has her suspicions that this is a created creature, experiment thing.
Could be.
Like the chimera rat we found in Utham's land. Okay.
You mean an escaped experiment of some kind?
Escaped or released on purpose.
If it was released on purpose, why would they want it dead?
As a test.
Fair.
See how it can do in the wild.
Reward is 2,000 dead, 4,000 alive. by the way.
Hmm.
I mean, we'll decide game plan when we see the damn thing, if we
Yeah.
see.
Just thought I'd mention.
With a name like Choir, I mean, some kind of sound-based ability, maybe. I don't know.
As you lot kind of head off, continuing on your way, or getting the ship together and kind of taking off, I assume, unless you guys were planning to go back into town.
Nope.
Take off.
Alright. As you lot head out, following on the map, after kind of noting it with a few of the locals on where the mines were that the Zill subjugation exactly were out, and getting some the general outcropping or look of the outcropping area around it. You would learn the mines themselves, having already kind of seen what the internal mine map looked like, having been gathered that personally. The outcropping in the surrounding area looked to be pretty much abandoned area, just a little south of the city itself, kind of coming into a few hills that seem to have been set up with a small mining town, designed to kind of start getting into the resources around the multiple areas, meaning that this is not the only mine, as you kind of start to realize in the area. Yes, I do still have the map as well.
I just wanted to go make it easier.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Oh, we had the same idea.
No, what's up?
As both players post the map in the Discord, I appreciate that. But yeah, so as you both kind of pull out your copies of the map, kind of looking it over, and then kind of looking at what the area is, seeing the other startings of the mines nearby, but looking kind of as you drive or fly by, noticing how like thin or closed off they look to be, even some of them being shallow enough to be where you can see the immediate like ending of the start of the mine just from this high above as you fly through the air. About 7 hours of flight as you head to this small outcropping get you to this area as you finally come to a landing. A little open field with some of the trees cut back and a few rundown houses that seem to still have their roofs still there, but mostly with holes, and the food can still be seen within. It looks to have been just left there and molded. The sound of light rain can be heard in the distance at this point, and it is a cool like 60, 70 degrees. I know it's not cool for some of us, but for those in Florida, you know, yeah, it's a cool 60, 70 degrees right now with a light, with a light wind going. You can definitely see this. There's a storm in the north, and it seems to be coming this direction.
That's not great. Well,
How far out is the storm?
Give me a knowledge nature, or again survival. I'll take either.
I looked to Essa as I asked this question.
I'll roll survival, I guess.
26.
26.
There you go.
Never mind.
Never mind. James thinks for a second, looks at the storm, shrugs his shoulders, looks back to Essa. Essa, as you kind of think about looking up at the sky, you'd gather you've probably got 10 hours before it gets here, but it may be faster depending on the winds. As you kind of lick your finger and hold it up in the air, you can definitely feel favorable winds heading south. You'd guess a few miles, so it may be 8. It depends on how fast or how much the wind picks up.
Let's just say 8 to 10 hours.
You have enough time then, yeah.
We should be able to finish up before the storm gets here.
Yeah, as you look about, you see the glowing outskirts of the hill that have been kind of chopped into. The torches kind of set aside, still slightly lit, kind of a little bit of arcane fire, still kind of causing a light ember into the cavern. A little area dug off to the side where the management / owner would usually kind of stay and watch and manage the slaves that would be working within, and a few broken down houses off to the side where the slaves, when not sleeping inside, would sleep overall. As you kind of look about, the place seems to be abandoned. The crew kind of seeing you lot doing this as you are floating over it, they kind of wait for you lot to figure out if you're going to disembark or if you're going, and then to kind of float away a little bit as the chef, or as the cook kind of comes up and watches everything.
Right. So, on our way here, probably sit down and do the game plan. What's the game plan?
Well, I'm gonna be mostly support for this.
I'll do a quick check to see how many Zil there are and where they are in the cave.
Okay.
And then we can start setting traps and stuff right at the entrance and then bait them out.
Do you have a spell at hand to make sure that you have a little bit more protection on you, along with I'm planning to make sure you can try to make it to against any saves that any poisons or whatnot.
Okay.
If I,
Are we collapsing tunnel or no?
I think it'll depend on how many I find and where they are in the cave. If I find only a few and they're all grouped together, I can try to get the poison step, start smoking in, and then run back out.
Okay. I think we should probably set up some...
fire won't really dissipate, so it'll just spread.
Mm-hmm. I think beforehand we should probably set up some traps in case you wake them up, or.
I have a spell for this that I prepared today, actually, called Sticky Floor.
I assume it makes the floor sticky, yes?
Yes, it does a bit more than that.
Holy shit, it is. That's an actual spell. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Alright.
I went looking when I planned for this.
Bro, this is the grease spell I was looking for in 5e. Alright, yeah, go with it, James. I'm all ears. If you want to explain what the spell is for the audience as well.
It creates about a 10 by 10 square of sticky floor. That something that isn't dexterous enough will end up stuck in. Even if they succeed, they're going to be entangled by this floor and stuck to it. In some capacity.
How long does it last?
It lasts, at my current level, for 3 hours.
Alright. Yeah. That sounds good.
We could do it.
But however, as James pulls something out of his pocket, which looks like a drop of hardened sap.
You see as
I have to eat this. When I cast the spell.
Would you have?
As he pulls out, it is the for Essa's own reference. Essa, you recognize the hardened tree sap as the same the sap that you saw James earlier yesterday, kind of seeming to slightly kind of be cutting at some of the spears and like kind of cutting into them a bit more to get out of. Now, kind of putting 2 and 2 together, you start to realize why James was being weird yesterday.
Expert measures, I guess.
Spells take components, and components tend to cost money. Better to take it where I can get it.
Alright.
I will also be able to utilize the wand that we found that can summon creatures.
Good. Essa, did you have something to say?
I was gonna say I could make pitfalls at the entrance along with a few other traps.
Okay.
Since I can just fly over them, I can easily get back out.
So probably sticky floor, some pit traps after it.
Well, I was thinking you can go either way. Either sticky floor before or after, because they're going to want to jump the pit. If the Seabugs run the other side, they're not going to have a great time trying to not get stuck.
Yes, I think probably pits first. That way we can get up to them without, being in the way of a pit.
Okay, whichever way you want to do it.
Okay.
Alright. I have no traps to set. It's up to you guys.
I also will be able to augment you, my friend, for a while.
Alright. Sounds good.
As you start to... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, as you kind of start to piece together the plan, drawing out on the map where you're going to set things, kind of looking about You start to put everything together. The rest of the crew, now getting a full count of them finally as you see them walking about, counting 12 now in total for this ship that are kind of still left about. Much of the crew still here, though it seems to have lost a few numbers, as you've noticed. Most of them kind of eyeing up your plan and kind of seeing if they're seemingly curious and if they're involved in it, as a few seem to sigh with relief as none of them seem to be mentioned.
Do any of you want to be involved?
As you turn as you turn to say this, you look and you see none but the cook still standing there, as the rest seem to have disappeared as soon as you turned. The cook looks about to side and just shakes his head no and then goes walking down the stairs.
I don't blame them.
Alright. I know what traps I'm building first. I know what I have.
Okay.
I also have one other spell that I'd like to run past you both, as it's called Gnome Blind.
We know what a gnome is.
Gnome would be the term that most dwarves would use for their their shorter afflicted cousins. Those of their species that are considered similar to kobolds to dragons, the lesser and typically smaller of their type. They're not looked on in the same respect because due to how dwarven society works. Usually these are beardless types for the most part.
Kind of fucked up spell, man.
You gonna make what does that spell do? Like make someone's hair fall out and trigger them?
No, it creates a thick cloud of agonizingly itchy pollen. It's like fog cloud, except anything that's in there gets sick. And as long as they're in there for a while, it's going to be weaker.
Good to keep that in mind in case a lot of Zilla are trapped.
So without saying anything, just thinks, man, this James guy is weird, and just go start setting up traps.
Are you... Question, James. Are you naming these spells?
No, these spells have existed for an age.
You probably don't have to use the names that they have. They're just names. You can probably call it whatever you want.
James is slowly looking at you. He's agree, and he just nods, but he looks at you and goes, this was made... From my understanding, this was made by wizards who had an issue with anyone who was shorter than them.
I don't know how that applies to naming spells, but alright, James.
James is just going to shrug.
Let's get this plan on the way.
Roll just awkwardly turns back to the helm, I imagine.
Alright, I'm gonna pick on a crew member. I'm just gonna point at one randomly.
Alright. As you turn to look about, kind of looking for them, you see none above deck, kind of heading down to the middle deck to see if any of them are about. You see as a group of them are kind of standing about, chatting as they seem to be kind of oiling some equipment and joking about something. One of them looks over at you, and as he makes eye contact, you see the color slightly go from his cheeks as he realizes he's just volunteered for something.
Come with me. I have an important job for you.
Do you even know my name?
Do I know this man's name?
You have yet to talk to, or to get the names of most of the crew.
I did when we first got this ship. I did say I talked to every single one of the members.
Talking is one thing, getting names is another.
Yes, as talking and introducing.
As you look at this man, you would recognize him as Yefnold.
Yefnold, correct?
Holy shit! Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What do you need?
See, these creatures we're going to fight, they have a paralyzing bite, and I'm going to get up and personal with them.
He knows.
In the case that I'm paralyzed, I want you to pull me back away from them.
I can do
you'll
that.
be doing this by... I'll have a rope attached to me. You'll be on the ship, and you just see me go rigid, pull me back.
He nods. He goes, And what if you don't?
If I don't go rigid, don't pull me.
All right, that sounds like a good plan.
Simple plan, easy.
Thanks, Yefnold.
He kind of nods and kind of turns back to the others as he smiles. A few of them kind of start jabbing him and joking about him having to actually do something for a living. And something about the easy life as far as a job. One other guy joking that now he's a real adventurer, and they just kind of keep ribbing the poor guy. But he seems to go about digging into a barrel and grab some rope out as he heads back up to the ship, or up to the top of the ship with you.
Yefnold's gonna be one of the one that gets the spears.
Yeah, he climbs up and starts tying a rope around you, and he's going to roll for his use rope. That is a 32, so, yeah, you're easily tied, many years being a sailor. He ties you up, making the knot almost unbreakable as you watch, almost in admiration, as you're pretty sure your sword probably wouldn't be able to cut through that at a quick rate, or in a single blow. As he finishes up tying it up, making sure it's nice and sturdy, giving you a full harness to make sure that you're fully comfortable. He smiles and kind of like starts pulling or letting the rope lead out as the ship comes to a landing. As it does so, you watch as Essa kind of climbs down, gathering up some scrap and some other bits of metal up from amongst the ship, tossing a kind of a bright coppery colored razor wire like material across the cave entrance, or across the hallway near the cave entrance. All right,
So like that little straight entranceway.
Oh yeah, where the gold is. Yeah, where the light is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want like two lines going both somewhere in there.
Okay. Alright, yeah, no problem. Go ahead and give me a move silently, because I assume you're not trying to hide at this point. But before you do go in there, give me a search check, because you're going to be looking to see if you can see them. I think that would make sense. Roll them in as you kind of start to get lowered down. The giant, like, easily letting the rope kind of go with you without letting you have any issue, or, like, feel like pulling you.
21 for my search check.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Are we all searching?
Yeah, apparently James is going down with Essa to look at the entrance.
Essa and James are going in there.
I'm searching from where
the entrance. Yeah.
The ladder.
Yeah, as the two of you kind of head towards the entrance, looking into the cave. What was yours again, Essa? Sorry.
15.
15. And James?
21.
All right.
So if they're touching the ground within 20 feet, I can feel them.
You, as you both look in, you do see the darkness of the cave becomes almost unnaturally dark, as soon as it gets into past that, that entrance area that has already been, like, well designed, the stone itself seeming to be hand-carved, in a rugged sort of way, like as if it was rushed, but still, someone did take the time to seemingly cut this out clean. As the two of you look in, though, you don't seem to notice, and as you kind of listen about, there, like, with this, no sounds seem to be picking up, at all, not even the sounds of dripping water or rocks moving, as nothing seems to be coming from inside. It's almost eerie as this happens. Rollman kind of stunting up behind you guys with the rope harness now tied around him.
I'll stay back a little bit, and I'm going to practice having this new rope attached to me. Make sure I can still combat effectively. Okay.
Yeah, as you step back about another 10 feet, just to kind of give plenty of room at the entrance. Essa going into this corridor, setting down the razor wire. Go ahead and give me the move silently, Essa.
Yep. Let's see. I always forget where it is. There it is. 17.
17. Yeah, as you go in, kind of setting the wire about you all hear the sounds of the wire kind of pulling apart as Essa sets it out. It makes a little bit of clinking noise every once in a while as the metal taps against each other, and you watch as every time it does, Essa kind of stops, like almost completely freezing. And as a few seconds go by, the sigh as well as continued movement begin. It takes about a half an hour to set this out quietly. as to not alert any creatures in the area. But as Essa finally finishes off, a slight drip of I guess sweat, moisture rather, I guess kind of accumulated on the brow as she comes back out to the entrance.
All right, first trap set. Are we gonna do the couch, which is at the bottom of the pitfall, just because it would double up, or
Do you
I
have to do
think that'll be
couch
good.
ups in the bottom and not? Or how many couch ups do we have?
I mean, or I could set up proper spikes at the bottom, but it would take a little longer.
We are a bit pressed for time, so let's do it would be quick.
All right, I'm gonna reach in my bag, just trying to make 2 pits really quickly.
I'm curious, what does this fucking look like?
Yeah.
Oh, I pull my hands out clenched, and then I set them against the floor, split out, and then suddenly there are 2 separate, although they come together because they're near each other. A 20 by 10 foot fit pit that's 10 feet deep.
So now, 40 by 20 feet pit now expands around the cave entrance.
Does that look like magic to Roland? Does Roland take the S?
You just watch the ground basically disappear, the dirt underneath disappear, and a hole just appeared. There wasn't it wasn't like, oh, the dirt was magically moved, or you watched it teleport. The pit just seemed to get thrown onto the ground, this like small bit of fabric for a moment, and then expanded out, and then dirt was gone, and there was a hole.
Wizard.
James is gonna blink. Look at that. Look at Roland. That's an item.
I'm not holding it.
Anyway, continue with the
Likely an item with some form of move earth. Although it didn't move it anywhere.
Nope.
We'll discuss it later.
Hole?
We don't have all the time in the world here.
All I'm gonna say while saying caltrops is I did not use a spell.
You know what? That's fair. Do you want me to cast the stick at the entrance?
Once we're done. Yeah.
Alright. As for
Also,
you,
I
Roland,
have to bait the creatures out because I have to go back in afterwards.
yeah, I'll wait till I see you, then I'll cast that. Roland, for you, I can't cast anything that would modify you right now, as it'll wear off before the fight even starts.
Okay.
I do have one question for you. Is that your true? Is the name you've given me and that I've been calling you the entire time your true name?
Yeah. Roland thinks that's a stupid question.
Roman, true name, weird concept.
I mean,
this is working. I'm just like, wait, people actually share their true names? That's weird.
like, Guntos is my last name. I don't share that with a lot of people.
Okay.
You knew that, but
it's what I need for the spell because it requires your true name. So I might give you a version of this later that you might not even need to speak since I don't know your true name and I don't think you want me knowing your true name, and I respect that.
You hear the giant from above that's still that's holding onto the rope go, "Yeah, I don't want you knowing mine either."
I hold up a finger to my mouth. Yeah, don't keep it
Ah!
down a little bit.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna speed up my setup.
Yefnold, shh, please.
I don't know what you
Perfect.
mean.
I love that. That's awesome.
Fucking damn it.
That's awesome.
Essa, what were you doing?
I'm speeding up the fucking my last trap setup.
So you hear Yevneld yell back, you turn, yeah, what's the last trap you're setting up?
It's a fucking bear
one
trap.
of the skill 1 traps is camouflaging the pitfall.
Oh, how are you gonna do that? I'm curious.
Well, so it all comes out of the trap kit, which I bought last session.
Okay. Yeah, so as you go into the trap kit, kind of digging about, you find a large tarp that seems to be with a couple of rocks. Looks to be designed to go over something like a pitfall. As you kind of start to gather about the fake leaves inside the trap kit, scattering them about. You notice the fake leaves are the completely wrong color and nation as well as continent. These are leaves from someplace else you've never seen before.
That's fucked
I
up.
can fix it. I can fix it. Prestidigitation for an hour. I can change the color of them, and that's permanent. Boom.
As
the leaves around here.
as you
Done.
As you cast this, Essa just panicking for a moment, looking about, looking in the kit, expecting other leaves to be in there. The leaves change. Essa, give me a listen check.
Well, first I'm grabbing this because I just want this.
Can I listen as well?
Sure. Okay.
I don't think listen's one of the skills I'm good at, so we're gonna find out.
Yeah, go ahead, James. You can as well if you like.
Because listen is one of the skills I'm okay at. That's 23.
Oh yeah, let me actually start session 2 here.
yeah,
That's
that's nice.
Dang.
I know, I forgot to, I started the recording a while ago, but I forgot to hit the actual start session on World Anvil. There you go. Jesus, I just saw that too. Our 23? Between the two of you, you immediately, as Yefneld starts, shouting back and forth, you hear movement and the sounds of, tapping on rock as the sounds of it clacking on stone begin to get louder and louder. You start to pick up immediately between the two of you that there are roughly 4, maybe 6 creatures coming your way, and there may be... with the both of you, you'd roughly guess about 45 feet, 50 feet away from the cave entrance.
I'm gonna very quickly motion the 2 that aren't stealthy to get to the sides of the cave where they won't be seen.
Yep, and I will prep to cast the sticky floor.
And I'm gonna hide, and I'm gonna prep and roll for.
Okay, yeah, let's all roll hide.
I will also cast the bless from my bow.
Okay, as you grab your bow, what command word are you gonna use or what's the command word you utter? Ew.
What was the command word James said?
James?
I would have probably put it as just, you know what? It's one of the words in the basic tongue that you would have taught me.
You should make it the way he taught us. Yeah, fuck, in his language.
No, it would have been one of the other one. It would have been the one for shit.
Okay. Sure.
In Dwarvish?
No, in the language that he...
In primitive?
Okay. Yeah, in primitive.
Shit. As you look over at James and just say shit, the bow begins to glow with a light bluish light, and you feel the effects of Bless take over you. Good, 30 in the hide. Nice work, Essa. Jesus.
I haven't rolled. Give me a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got asked that question, and I was like, wait a minute, what would I make that? That's a 7.
Ouch. Alright.
15, not bad.
15.
What matters is they're not gonna see me, and that's what matters.
As you two hide on the left side of the cave, where the ship is kind of docked about 10 feet off to even further behind you, just be out of eye shot. Essa on the right, the 3 of you hold your breath and watch. Essa kind of leaning back and then just leaning into the wall ever so slightly and moving their face forward, creeping it close to the cave entrance. As you kind of look on the other side, Essa, you watch as 6 of these infernal-looking large bugs with spiky-like armor, or with carapace? Yeah.
Yeah, carapace.
Thank you, carapace. Making sure I've got the right word here. Spiky-like carapaces that seem to almost have these strange black markings, like tribal tattoos, all carved into it, and almost like with a coloration of burnt wood onto their chest and the rest of their body. A couple of them seem to be wearing what looks to be scraps of chunks of leather armor that is ill-fitted yet looks to have been kind of shoved onto him. One of them having his head stuck through an armhole and kind of wearing it on his side, not really seeming to understand. You notice one of these carrying a large bastard sword that seems to have a long red rune going all the way down it that he seems to be dragging towards you. The creatures seem to be looking about as they come closer. What's the spot check for the razor wire?
It's not spot, it's search.
Okay.
And it's a DC 22.
Alright, do they have search? They
and
do
once
not.
they're in the cave entrance, with the spell range
That's
for
a fail.
sticky floor would be,
Uh-huh.
I will be casting it in that area.
What's
You
the
said
range?
DM?
There's 6, yes.
Okay. Do you want 1 to hit for all 6? Do you want 6 to hit?
No, just 1 to hit, yeah. Treat them as a group. And then, James, yeah, what's the sticky floor
The
range?
save DC is
Cameron,
it is
I would
a
probably
ref-
wait on that until they're within range so we can hit them.
yeah. I'm
Oh.
saving once they walk in range for.
Oh, in range of Rollman. I thought you meant in range of the spell.
'Cause
Never
if,
mind.
if,
Then.
it's,
Okay.
if it's behind the pits and all the traps, I can't really hit them.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, now it makes
Nope.
sense. Okay.
The first razor wire, because I'm assuming, did they miss both, or was surgery?
Well, you said the DC was 22?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't beat it because I don't have a plus.
So the first wire is 24, because it's plus
20.
10 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And that's 2d6 damage. I only have 1d6 on the hand, so I'll roll twice. That's a 5 on the first.
Okay, 5.
And it's a 6 on the second. That's 11 damage.
Okay.
Let's see if the other one hits. That's 20.
Okay. That does hit.
Rolled exactly 10. That's a 1 for the first damage. That's a bit lower. Alright.
Ouch. Yep.
That's a 3 for the other. The second wire didn't do as much damage.
As they seem to cut their legs up, kicking aside the razor wire. They seem to get kind of irritated as they do so. Coming up further towards the entrance. Now, are you going to be hitting them with the sticky floor before they get into the pit trap, or once they're in the pit, or if they jump over it?
If they jump over it, that'd be...
If they
I would
get
say-
over it.
Okay.
In or after, because Roman can't do anything if they're stuck on the other side.
Yeah.
or in
once-
the pit,
once-
really.
All right.
I can cast it twice. It's not
Well,
that heavy of a spell.
If they fall in the pit, Grumpy, I can breath them too, and then I can just put the poison smoke down there.
Yeah, and then I can also, once the poison smoke is down there, I can gnome powder them.
Make a judgment call to see how many jump over, see how many...
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. I'm going to roll.
This one also has a search check.
Yeah, nope, I know. The group kind of, as they continue walking forward, the tarp set out, you watch as they kind of walk onto it, and as the group starts to, the first 3 in front, the one seeming to be carrying gear, the one strapped in leather, one dragging the bastard sword, and the third that you now see seeming to carry some sort of strange rod-like object. They all seem to kind of walk up to the tarp and walk over it, and as they do so, their combined weight, they seem to drop right through, and they are going to try and make a reflex save. This is... Oh, fuck. As all 3 fall into the hole, falling into the pit trap, completely like stuck beneath, as they look up, surprised and in shocked, they seem to start chittering in Infernal. Also, you want to roll your damage?
Yeah,
there-
traps do a 6.
Yep. There are 3 more that are still standing behind the pit traps that seem to have now seeing it are just standing there, kind of watching and waiting. They are not
3
armed though. They look to be smaller as well. 3. Okay.
From the fall.
As they kind of, one of them you see kind of limping slightly as it stands back up, carrying its this like rod-like object. It looks up at, or they seem to look up, expecting you lot to be there. The other 3 in the back, seemingly smaller and a little bit lighter in coloration, not having the markings on them, seem to kind of step back a moment, looking about, expecting some sort of ambush, but don't look to make any
No.
moves.
The fall procs my held action because
Okay.
they are in range. So I need a reflex save for my breath.
All right.
I'm
Oh.
also going to sticky floor them to get them stuck down there.
Okay.
So that'll be a reflex save too, as well.
13 for Essa.
They will be different
and
saves, probably.
25.
They passed my reflex save,
they
but
might
they're
not.
still effect.
They fail mine,
Let's see.
and mine lowers their dex score.
Yep.
So that will affect their next reflex save.
Mhm.
Which, how much lower will be? You just can subtract it out of that.
Yeah, I'll take it out from the total.
They get a -4 dex.
So -2 from your roll.
So that's still a 23.
Yeah, no, that wasn't gonna change it.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
was like, because the save is based on my
As
it's
this.
level 2. It's
Yeah.
So
level 1 spell, so it's
Oh yeah.
My augment
11.
breath has the deal, so they take 4 damage.
The save is 16 actually, because my wisdom is +5.
Got you. As you watch the breath kind of, or the acid kind of turn and breathe into the hole, a purple like gas kind of expanding around the hole completely. As the creatures look up, confused and terrified, starting to cough and choke. The other 3 behind, seemingly looking about, almost confused and with a slight terror, look to be ready to run as they start to turn. James, as you start casting off sticky webs, you see as the web goes wide, even hitting the edges of the pit, the creatures seem to kind of look at and almost kind of smile up at you as they seem to spot you immediately. One of the creatures now seems to try and grab onto the sticky web and starts pulling itself up using it.
Oh, it's not a web. It's a translucent sheen only I can see.
Ah, okay, never mind
It
then.
falls across in the area I designate, and they are still considered entangled as long as they are there.
Okay. As the splatter goes on, you watch as the creature goes to reach its arm up onto the rock. As it grabs onto where you shoot your sticky floor spell, you see as it entangles itself, using its almost implant its hand onto it, thinking it's holding onto a rock. It starts to pull its arm up over it, over the edge.
That's his breath.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh shit! All right. What's the if I remember, entangle is a reflex save to move.
No.
No, it's so I rolled. So I
Condition.
rolled around. They failed this area. They are entangled. They are stuck for 2 rounds. They can't get out of it. They
Ah,
have a minus
okay.
1 dex. They move at half speed and they cannot run.
All right. Well,
And
never mind.
mine lasts an hour per level, so they're moving at that for 3 hours.
All right. As
that
the
case.
as the Zill kind of stays down there. All right. Let's roll some initiative, folks.
All right.
I want to make sure that's all entangle does before I roll. Give me a second.
Sure.
Like I can roll and take me a second. Hold on.
Hey, that was a nat 20 plus 2
Nice.
on initiative for 22.
Let's see.
So don't worry. Don't worry, Roland. You're about to get buffed.
Let me see. And at the beginning, as an immediate action, Roman's going to enter ferocity, as he took a level barbarian.
Oh
So
no.
His strength increased by +4 and his dex increased by +4.
Oh, this is about to get really bad.
There we go.
And Essa, what'd you get for your 22? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled in chat. Yep.
I assume Essa, you have a higher dex than James.
Man,
Yes, they would.
I'm holding that one. Fuck.
She.
I have a +4 to dex, so I would really hope so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Roman.
I got a
10. All right. As you start to kind of spring into action, Roman readying himself, you watch as the Zill in the hole, kind of looking up, irritated, immediately look about at each other, confused and with the understand of what's about to happen. One of the creatures seems to stand up straight and then seems to disappear into the almost like thin air. As they seem to disappear into thin space, apologies here. Yeah. As the other 2 seem to follow same, though the last one slightly limping into the disappearance, as the creature's leg seems to slightly be fractured at the bottom, twisted in a different angle. Each of them seem to dissipate, ending their turn. Essa, you are up.
I'm going to re-hide, and then I will hold, and I'm going to wait to shoot somebody when they show themselves, to be honest.
Okay.
28 stealth. 28 hide, I mean.
Alright. As you kind of lean up against the rocks once again, you all watch as Essa almost seems to blend into the natural vines against the side of the cave, disappearing with the shadows itself. Yeah. Alright. And as you hold your action, is there anything else you want to do, Essa?
No, I'm just waiting to shoot the first one to show itself.
Okay. James?
I'm checking something because they're still technically living.
Mm-hmm.
So this can still fuck them up. But instead, it's time for Augment True Friend. Rolliman, you hear James whisper behind you, "Go forth and be strong, Rolliman." As he pats your back, you get +2 to strength, +2 to dex, and to con for 3 minutes.
As he says this, Roman, you feel almost a surge of power, as if you've just had the greatest workout you've ever had. Your muscles start to feel almost energized, feeling them go stronger. Your weapon feeling almost light in your hands. Your body feeling looser and more relaxed than ever. You feel power surging through you.
Let's go.
All right, James. Is there anything else you'd like to do as you didn't use your movement?
Took a standard action.
Mm-hmm.
I could use another standard action, just be an asshole and really pump him up, but at this moment, I'm going to... Do I fuck them up, or do I just have some good fun? Well, let's fuck them up. I'm casting Gnome Blight into the hole.
Alright. As you cast Gnome Blight into the cave.
Not into the cave. They should still be in the hole, because it takes their movement to vanish.
It does. But do you know that?
As James.
Yeah,
Well,
from your perspective, they just vanished into nothingness. But
You have
as
your wand to summon creatures. You could do that.
you know
instead.
what? Yeah, I'll do that instead. I'll bring us forth a nice big ol' centipede.
all right, as wait, is large centipede fucking really?
Summon Monster 2. Yeah, large damage aren't that high CR, man. They're not very strong.
As I use the wand.
Oh, is it Summon Monster 2? I thought Summon Monster 1, that's why. Okay.
No, the
Monster 2.
Yeah, as the large centipede comes forth, you see this creature kind of spew out as a little light flashes from the end of this. It's a wand? Yeah, it's a wand.
Yep.
A little light flashes as this centipede almost explodes out of it. The creature coming out with bright red skin, towering over you, James. It looks over at you, and you hear in your head, "What have I been summoned to do, Master?"
Kill the Zill as I gesture to those. Some vanished. If you find them, slaughter them.
It turns and it will follow on your command. So, what would you like it to do?
Let's see here. Well, I don't want it falling into the pit trap, so...
It can see that, so it does get advantage for the fact that it can see the pit trap now.
Yeah, but getting over it is an entirely different story.
I'd like to put the most important thing, that they have climb speed, so they can just climb around the pit trap.
I do.
You know what? That is great. Thank you. I'm gonna tell him to climb around it and go get them.
Yeah, it circles around the top of the ceiling of the cave and goes around to the other side to where the other three smaller Zill are and starts to go chomp into them. Yeah, go as it comes into attacking range. The three smaller Zill looking at frantically preparing to attack as they raise their arms up. Go ahead and roll if you'd like.
Let me get to my view my sheet because I have to roll there for the thing because however much I like these guys, where is the button now? It's like they moved it on me.
They do update things quite often.
I give them credit for that. No, that's stat block thing.
Let me just roll a d20. I have a hand one right here.
There's also, you could just use the,
Yeah, I'll just use the Everray.
makes it a lot easier.
Has a +3 to his bite.
Nope.
7.
As it goes to chomp down, the Zill kind of jump away in slight panic and fear, expecting this creature to be a threat to them. You watch as they step away, and they look up at it as if a little realization comes to their eyes as they look about. That's its movement and attack, so that ends its turn. Yep.
That's the end of its turn.
Unfortunately for you, the 3 Zil are also going to now turn and attack this centipede. And
You know, I was expecting it.
yeah, as they turn. By the way, so this will be 6 attacks in total.
How much HP does the centipede have, Cameron?
13.
Shoot up. 13.
If we
On
don't
average.
max, we do max this.
You maxed out the HP, man.
Then
Yeah, they
it's
have
24.
All right. So 20,
That'll hit.
14,
That hits.
14.
That
All right. The next is 10,
That will miss.
and 16.
16 hits.
All right. So all
That is-
five out of 4. Okay, or 4 out of 5 hit. 5 out of 6. My apologies. God, I can't do math today. It's 420, man. All right. As the creatures seem to stab at it, they seem to all gang up on it, grabbing at it with their claws. That is going to be. Give me a second. 64. Plus 6. Is 26 piercing piercing
2
damage.
points over its health, so it'll poof.
Yeah, as the centipedes tear into this creature after watching it try and attack them and failing miserably, they dive onto it, tearing into it, trying to knock it down. And you watch as they start to seem to pin it down, and as they do so, the creature dissipates into nothingness. They look irritated, but now they look over at you, and it doesn't take an insight or a sense motive to realize the hunger in their eyes as they look at you now as prey. That ends their turn. Rolliman, you are up.
And you are
Epic.
buff.
Now, question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see out the corner of my eye any of the disappeared Zil?
As you look out the corner of your eye, you do see them still standing at the bottom of the pit,
Okay.
just looking up at you lot, snickering.
The pit's also only 10 feet down, so you can just
Oh, you want to get down there? What?
No, you can swing. You have.
I mean,
Don't
bro,
you?
you have a 10-foot reach, right?
No. I'm medium.
I thought because of your sword, you
Your
had.
larger
No.
sword.
The largest sword doesn't mean we discussed that earlier. The largest sword doesn't do anything. It's the actual size.
I should have enlarged you. I knew it.
So no, I cannot hit them. Sadly, I will say into our walkie-talkie stone. They're still in the pit.
Perfect.
And then I'll step out and I'll boast to these little cross. You bunch of half-baked Thrycreans don't want to fight?
What language do you say this in?
I don't know what they were speaking. They were said to be primitive. I'll say it in primitive.
You watch as the creatures seem to focus in on you and start chittering to each other as they start to aggressively start posturing at you, puffing themselves up.
All right, and I will stand on the other side of the pit and ready an attack
Okay.
if they jump over or approach me.
All right. As that ends your turn, we go back to the top of the initiative. The ones that are currently in the ethereal plane.
They do damage
They do.
because my breath does damage every turn because it's clinging to them. That's
They
another damage.
They also can't move. How
yeah,
much?
They also have to roll another reflex save at the start of my turn. I just read that. Damn.
Oh, Essa, how much was it?
It's 4 more lightning damage.
4 more lightning damage. Okay. Yeah, as the creature, as you see out of the corner of your eye, the slight jitter from them rolling down in the pit, the creatures seem to snicker up. As they do so, the one with the rod kind of looks about and smiles for a second. As he does so, you notice him kind of pull out, or kind of swing the rod around back and forth. And as it starts to kind of glow and you start to see a bit of fire coming out of the corner of your eye, you watch as the creature itself begins to ignite on fire, unfortunately taking 66 worth of damage. Fire damage. Wow, I rolled shit.
Oh wow,
That was, wow, that's
really bad. Holy, that'd be a terrible roll for a
Against one of you. Oh yeah, as you watch the creature out of your eye basically ignite on fire, it reappearing in the, back into the material plane as it looks about, confused, the fire kind of no longer on as it wipes away at it. It looks up at you angrily, Rollman, as if it seeming to not understand that it did it to itself. The creature ends its turn.
Fireball himself. Crazy.
The other two are going to stay in the ethereal plane after seeing that. Essa, you are up.
All right. One of them reappeared, and I was holding an action to shoot one when I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's before my action.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting shot.
That's before your turn, yeah.
Yep.
He's getting shot. Let's see. What's my plus to hit with the icy burst? Okay. 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Sadly not a crit, but that's fine. 18 damage, with 2 of that damage being cold damage.
And that's from your arrows?
My bow makes all my arrows do extra cold damage.
Yeah. You watch as the Zill that reappears as you shoot your bow at him. Immediately as the arrow plunges into the chest of the chest of the carapace, the creature seems to drop to the ground. Eyes rolling back. It doesn't seem to move.
Damn.
One down. I look at the ones on the other side of the pit.
They still look confident as they look to be staring at Rolleman.
I'm gonna shoot one of them.
All right.
It's a 20 to hit.
A 20 does not, as you watch the arrow go bouncing off the carapace of the creature in the center of the three, as they seem to kind of look over, noticing you, and they seem to pound their carapace, like making a loud metal clinking sound as they do so.
Okay, does a 29 hit?
29 does, as you watch as it pounds a second time, and you pin the arm with the arrow to its chest as it kind of looks down, like kind of confused suddenly.
It's 12 damage on that shot.
Alright. The creature seems to kind of, like, make a slight screeching sound, but seems to eventually kind of break the arrow away as it pulls its arm off its chest.
That is my turn.
Alright. As you end your turn, the creature seemed to glare over, chittering more. James, you are up.
I'm going to... Given I saw that one reappear and whatnot, and was told that they're still down there, do I wish to burn that spell on that, or do I want to do something better? Let's do something fun. Let me double check how long this will last. Okay. I'm gonna look at... Now, this is gonna be sad because it's gonna reduce the dexterity back down, but...
Are you enlarging me?
Yes.
Okay.
I enlarge Rollman by pointing at him and going, grow!
Bro, I'm about to be jacked as fuck.
He gets a size category larger and his reach increases to 10 feet.
Yeah, as you start to increase in size, enlarging up Rollman, you start to see as the cave starts to seem to almost shrink beneath you as you smack your head against the top of the cave wall, realizing you are now taller than the cave as your shoulders slightly tower over it a little bit, looking into the hole. The creatures seem to look at you now with confusion as they look about.
Cool. What are the exact buffs of the spell? Do you want to post that? So
You get a +2 size bonus to strength.
Yep.
And a -1 penalty on all attack rolls and AC due to your increase.
But you're already wielding a +1 weapon, so you're back to your natural thing.
Oh, you also now have a 10-foot reach because you're large.
Nice.
And a 10-foot increase to your movement speed.
Cool.
Let me check. All equipment carried is also enlarged, meaning he's now doing huge sword damage.
Huge sword
Yes.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
And
But as
shoot is huge for a lot of things.
As James begins to toss a pinch of this powdered-like material out onto you, you feel your back kind of get smacked with what would be basically a light flow, furry-like material, now having some white a powder on your back, you start to increase in size. James, as this seems to go off, the Zill seem to look over at you, kind of eyeing you up slightly as they see the Rollman increase in size next to you.
Let's see. Large beast. Well, you know, I don't like how they're looking at me. So, that was a level 1 spell. I need to mark that off first. And I say, hit the repeat button as I bring back the monstrous centipede.
Here goes again.
Another one.
As the creature reappears, coming out and goes, "Master, please don't do this again."
It has 0
You can do it,
intelligence.
buddy. I believe in you.
Why do we have the rare one that makes them sentient? They're not supposed to.
It turns and you
Sentient.
hear the Titanic music, the Titanic sinking music in the background as the creature starts to climb around again to go and fight the creatures.
You know, this play was made with the idea of it not being sentient. Now I feel bad.
Yeah, I feel really bad
Come
about
on, Royce,
this.
what the heck?
This is fucked up.
As you summon this creature, it seems to follow your orders once more, James. The music behind you.
Hey, it's doing better.
He's
It's
getting better. He's building his confidence. I'm naming him.
As-
I'm naming him
Name it.
Charlie.
No.
He rushes across. He goes climbs across the roof and goes across to fight the Thread Queen. Going to bite at them once again. They easily dodge, and you can almost see the saliva from these creatures.
Wait, how far did he move though?
A total of 10 feet.
He can retreat.
With opportunity attacks.
That's still only 1 attack from each of them versus the 6.
All right, we'll
That's
do
true.
this.
Try to run, I guess.
To be fair, they barely did enough damage.
I rolled. Alright, well, the lowest roll. Alright, we got, 21,
That'll hit.
14,
That will hit.
8,
Last
And that misses.
Nice.
All right.
2. Let's go.
Only 2, thankfully. As the claws. Oh, sorry. It turns out you have to put you have to put a roll in front of that command. 8 damage as you watch as they slash at this creature, tearing it as it turns to run. Gashes being pulled out. The creature screeches in pain as the music intensifies.
Where'd this music come from?
It is eerily seeming to make the echo into the mines, causing it to be even louder as it continues. But the creature retreats, screaming, going, "Master, why?"
I believe in you!
It's
My-
not worth. Stop sending him.
My ass, Master! I was so proud of it! They tore it off!
Jesus, James, what the hell?
Well, I gotta ask. Can me and Roman tell what it's saying at all?
You can't hear it at all. You just see it seems to be, like, looking at James.
Mental trauma for James.
James looks utterly, like, completely broken
James
by
looks
this.
apologetically at this at the centipede.
Master, I thought of you like a father. Why would you do this?
I believe in you.
I'm dying, Father! Let my kids know that I died a hero.
You are a
and-
hero. You will be
3/4 of the health
remembered,
left.
just
Please
like
be
the
okay.
scarab beetles.
My question is, if he is unable to do something more, do his kids get summoned? Is that how this works?
Good question. James, as the creature comes back to you, returning back across the ceiling.
I'm going to set it between me and them
Damn.
because it has just as much. I don't know.
Father, I will die for you. Don't worry. Do not
You'll-
bother yourself with this.
If you lay him right, he could block them trying to jump over and make him fall.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm planning.
You put him as like a tripping, like they'll just
Yeah,
trip
he's
over him?
basically being a
He's a
wall
wall.
there.
He's a wall on the other end.
So they'd have to get past him.
Now you're blocking my path. What the hell?
You can reach over him.
Yeah, he's long, not tall.
Oh, okay.
So you can just. Yeah.
So he's occupying the spaces in front of the hole so that they can't just
Yeah,
jump.
got it. All right.
And guess what? Him and me
Okay.
have the same AC.
Alright, as you order him to lay down his life, literally, he lays down on the edge, blocking it slightly. The Zill turn and look and smile as they, well, they would smile if they could smile. As the creatures seem to chitter and act with activity, they begin to back up and take a running start. They are all going to jump.
Awesome. I love this.
They're gonna get in Rollman's area of attack and get wrecked.
Just
with their jump.
There's a 2 there. Oh no.
not do well.
Two of them, the first one gets across easily, kind of stepping on and slamming its foot hard into the centipede. The second one goes jumping forward, and as it does so, it seems to, like, misjudge the calculation, tripping, or kind of kicking up a rock as it goes forward, and goes straight place landing into the side of the pit, dropping down onto the dead body below.
It needs a reflex save now, too.
I'm gonna say it fails as it falls flat. As the third one kind of jumps across, you watch as he kind of manages to easily get across, the creature looking over at James as it kind of like steps hard down onto the centipede. You hear the centipede yell, "Father, why? Not my back!"
He might be okay because Roland gets his held action.
Alright, yep, I get my held action.
You get your held action.
And is he flanking with the centipede?
I mean, technically, yes.
Okay, cool. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm going to use maneuver steal wind, so I'm hitting both of these guys with the held action.
Oh no, okay.
So I need to calculate what my bonus is right now, because...
You have so much buff.
Mini buff.
I mean, to be fair, the strength from the growth and the -1 to hit literally even themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For a hit.
Yeah, but I have
So, really, you just had the true name bonus?
Yeah.
Alright, it's a +10 to hit.
Okay. Oh no. Oh wait, now can we talk about this for just a moment, if you will?
What?
They hurt my centipede, damn it!
This is gonna
Kill them.
hurt.
So this is the first one. 22.
That hits.
Alright, roll the second one. 15.
That misses as you swing wide on the second one.
Bonus for flanking?
Oh yeah, what's the bonus?
It'd be advantage, I believe, so +2.
No. There's no
Yeah,
advantage. For
well,
birds,
yeah,
+2.
advantage goes on +2, that's what he's saying. So 17, which since I missed on a 20, I don't think.
Yeah, so I think 17 misses, right?
Yes, 17 does miss as you swing wide.
Alright, so only the first one.
The Zilka second one, seeing the wide swing, kind of jumps back slightly, or steps back slightly, stepping hard onto the poor centipede as it shrieks out.
How much is your huge sword with higher
Man, I rolled ass.
Ouch!
Rolled ass. Still rolled 15 damage.
You watch as you cut across the Zill's carcass, or carapace. The creature kind of screeches out as green liquid seems to flow down. Little, what you see, like little beads seeming to kind of go with it. As the creature screeches at you, the large gash is just... Oh, okay, that's no worries.
16.
The creature, slightly more cut deeply, seems to screech out still, looking at you in the eyes as it does so. You see a little green goo coming from its mouth, and as it looks at you.
All right, that was my held action.
All right. As the Zill who have jumped across now finish their turn, the Zill, the first of the two, the one that had just been hit, steps hard down onto the poor centipede, slamming with all it has. That is 16 to hit.
Yeah, it hits. Senti. No.
And this guy has a cool thing for it.
Oh god.
That is
okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel as he feels the stomp of his foot slam down.
Guys, Senti's at 9 of 24 HP.
Why did you
He's got this. Don't name them.
I just shortened the centipedes to that because I don't want to say the centipede every time.
You watch as it almost out of the ethereal seems to pull its hand forward, pulling out a short sword and stabs down into the creature as well. To
Roll
try
shit.
That's a 14 to hit.
That matches the AC of the centipede.
As he manages not to hit the creature as the well, actually no, the centipede's a monster, so this does hit.
Yeah, meat to meat.
Yep. So let's see, d6 plus that. God damn it.
Senti's still alive.
Senti, Father, I've been stabbed. I'm not long for this world. Tell my kids. I hated you. The other creature the other still standing to the side, seeing that this creature has not died, turns and pulling its short sword, doesn't even bother, and is going to go for a cold shot straight to its neck.
Damn. That's cold.
Yeah.
That increases its AC, correct?
Yes, it
Because
does.
it's a cold shot.
It's a disadvantage roll, but that is a 24, so it didn't matter. That's an 18. That's a 19. That's a crit.
Oh, they crit.
They crit on a 19 or 20. So let me roll to confirm that.
Confirm
the instant kill.
Oh, damn. Only.
You had your base attack, your attack bonus to that, by the way.
Yeah, that's still only a 14.
That meets it.
That does meet it. Oh shit.
Well, but
it's the centipede, so
it's a monster.
What was the negative from the cold shot?
Oh no, so it would be. Yeah, so it wouldn't, because it would be it'd be a minus 2, it'd be a -4 for it. Yeah.
Just missed it.
Doesn't move. Yep. So all right, it's just the double the damage here. Let me pull it up.
Roll a 1.
Well, no, if you don't get you don't get double damage. You just get.
Oh yeah, you missed. Yeah,
you just get the auto hit. Yeah.
Roll a 1.
Roll a 1.
Roll a 1.
That's max damage. That is max damage.
Quite the opposite.
As Senti poops with the first blast, the creature seems to look up at Rollman and seems to glare at Rollman. Rollman, not really knowing much about bugs, not understanding the sentiment, the creature just looks to you as if it's just now staring at you.
I'm smiling, bro.
It waves its sword at you, and it is going to try and grapple you as it drops the sword.
Okay.
Which gives you an attack of... it does not have... No, it doesn't. So you get your attack of opportunity on it.
Right.
Also, can it grapple something that's a size larger than it?
They can, yeah.
Yeah.
You can. They just get a negative.
Okay.
Well, more like rolling gets a plus, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm no longer flanking. Dang it.
Nope.
Big sad. I also missed my +1 from Bless, so it's actually +11.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That does not meet their AC, so we go to the grapple check. Let me pull up the thing
which
again.
I'm gonna be amazing at, by the way.
What size are these smaller zilks? They were
no, they are still medium. The other ones were
They're just barely in medium though.
So it's base attack, strength, and your size bonus, right?
The other 3 that fell in the hole were large, as far as it goes. Yeah, I was checking to make sure. Alright, so it's a +7 plus strength modifier, so I get +2. So that's a 9. Alright.
Wow. I have a +18, by the way.
You managed to succeed to hold the creature off as the two of you go to lock arms. The creature seems to try and grab hold of you and manages to fail. As it does so, kind of breaking away from you, it looks at you hungrily as it ends its turn, ending the round of the Zill. Rolliman, you are up.
Okay. This one's about to fucking die. I'm attacking it. That's all I'm saying.
I hope so.
Yeah. I will do a maneuver for this first one. Leading the attack, so if I hit this, everyone else will have a +4 to hit on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm targeting the one that just tried to grab me, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got you. The one with the giant slash in his chest.
20?
That meets. You succeed as you slash at the creature, just barely managing to catch it as it tries to dodge out of the way. Let's see what you got.
I think this is, yeah, plus 8. Can I roll better this time?
Probably
21
not.
damage.
Damn! As you slash into the creature, you watch as the second hit and the creature goes meets true, right, driving it through. You watch as the blade cuts right through the earlier slash, going through straight into its chest cavity. The creature seems to almost like lights off, go dead weight in front of you, dropping. You have a carrying weight far higher. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I'm also a size larger now.
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say never mind for your
And a
carrying
strength
weight.
of 24.
Well, normally this would feel heavy for someone else. As you stab into the creature, it seems to drop without any issue of sliding off of your blade.
Yeah, this sword's also probably like this as wide as James right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
I
then,
craft really well.
I will attack the other Zill that made it across. I will
Okay.
also designate my dodge feat so that it's on him. So +1 AC against him
Okay.
if he survives. 29. Is that a 19? Oh, it's an 18. Dang it.
29. That hits.
Oh, so your 11's because of bless, right? Because that +1.
Yes, I forgot to
Isn't-
calculate that the first
Isn't
time.
+1? Isn't +1 charge and then it's just gone?
It lasts a duration.
Yeah, it has a duration.
Oh, is it? Yeah. It doesn't say it's a one-time thing.
It's 1 minute per caster level, so based on his caster.
It just
I think I
lasts 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I just get dead.
When he originally cast it, it would have been 2 minutes. Yep.
20 point. Oh wait, no, I'm doing damage. I was about to roll attack again. Hit him again.
Slash him
Clearly.
down.
22.
22. That hits. Oh wait,
No, that's damage.
damage. Oh, 20.
22.
Jesus. As you turn to the other creature, slashing into it, easily cutting across it, the Zill kind of takes a step back as the cut goes deep, looking at you with almost a slight twist of its head. The creature seeming to look as if it's either confused or concerned suddenly as you slash through it.
As I see him do that, I'll take a look at that pit. Is anything changed in the pit?
As you look down, you do see the other two Zill have reappeared.
Okay.
Perfect.
The one wearing the leather armor and the one carrying the large bastard sword.
I will go ahead and take. No, I'll stand here.
Okay. All right. As you stay standing, staring at the creature, the other Zill popping into appearance, look up, looking about the pit. One of them starts to climb up and is going to make, I believe it's a reflex for the sticky floor, because I
DC
think
16.
yeah, because your breath would have dissipated.
My breath
Yeah, 2
dissipates
rounds.
at the end of this turn.
Oh, at the end of your
At the end.
turn.
Oh,
Oh, that's
No,
right.
at the end of their round, because this is the last round they're stuck.
so it's still
Gotcha.
up for a little bit.
Yeah, once the round ends for them, it'll be gone.
All right. As the Zill seem to reappear, the creatures look up. One of them pulls out what looks to be a small bow, almost out of nothing, out of thin air, and looks up at you lot. They're going to try and take a shot up at Rolamin.
Do I have some sort of cover?
No, you are standing at a cave entrance, and you are quite large.
Swear?
That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. As an arrow goes flying out of the hole, the creature go. Oh, it's 3 times 3. All right, so 3d8, or it's 1d8 times 3. 7,
times
14.
3?
Yeah. No. Oh, sorry. No, that is correct. Yes, my apologies. It's just 3 hits. Never mind. So 7 for the first, and I'll just roll the other 2. 8 points for the other 2 arrows as they slam into you. These creatures the creature shoots 3 arrows per hit. That's why.
So 15
Ending.
damage?
Yeah, so 15. Yep. As the creature launches the arrows up at you, you feel as they spike into your into your legs, onto your side, staying over this pit. The creature seems to look up at you with a slight curiosity as it seems to end its turn. The other Zill, holding on to the large bastard sword, continues to do so. Essa, you are up.
So you're not going to be a fan DM. I rolled 2 rounds for my recharge breath when I did it.
Nice.
He's gonna breathe on him again.
I'm just going to do it again.
Oh. Hey, you know what? Good strategy is good strategy. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So fresh reflex saves.
Ah.
I also hate to tell you, even if you succeed, you still get entangled. Unfortunately.
Oh, well, that's a net 1. So that's a fail. Yeah, as as your breath kind of the cloud goes back into the hole, turning and basically looking as if you're ralphing onto the creatures as the the gas expands out, opening up your mouth wide. The gas seems to almost paralyze the creatures as if they seem to not be able to move their legs. Looking up at you, they look to chitter in a louder sound as they look about.
Yep. So they are raging. Let's see for how long. Can I roll higher this time? That's 4 rounds. Oh no.
All right.
Entangled or 4 rounds of
4 rounds of entangled.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
How long is recharge? Just as long. 5 rounds because I rolled 4 again.
Well. All right.
Well.
Excellent.
Yep. Grump, you want me to shoot the one you're fighting or the ones I just got stuck? That's shooting you with the arrows.
The ones that are shooting me.
Okay.
I came in with no damage to help.
23 to hit.
23 hits. I don't think you're gonna need to. It's just gonna be more of them just beating on these creatures till they die.
14 damage.
God damn it.
It does 2 more because they're a vermin. Because I do extra damage to vermin.
And and you're hitting one of the ones in the pit, or are you hitting the one up on the...
The one that shot Rolliman.
Yeah, as you shoot down at arrows down at the one down down the pit that had shot up at Rolliman, the creature, as the arrows lodge into it, see, you hear a loud thunk as each one seems to lodge into it. The creature looks up at you, like turning its head side to side as it seems to make more chittering noises.
And that one, my turn, so that's my shot from not moving and my breath.
All right, James, you are up.
Well, I don't have much I can really do other than, I guess, I'm gonna take a slight... I'm still standing right by Roland, aren't I?
Yeah.
Great, great. See, you got hurt there a bit, buddy. So, I'm not moving. You're getting 2 nice spells for you. First is Cure Wounds, and then second is Shield of Faith. You're gonna have +2 to your AC.
And Cure Light Wounds?
What's the healing?
Yep.
God damn it. I didn't expect the fight to go this direction in the slightest.
This was what we were planning for.
Ah, this is what the plan was. Okay.
We had other traps.
We were hoping...
You heal for 9.
Nice.
We had more traps to set, and then the Frost Giant started yelling, so we kind of just had to freeball it.
That works. All right, as James kind of pats you on the back, reciting, there we go, dwarvish incantations behind you, you start to feel a warmth grow about your body as the arrow kind of falls out of your chest, or out of your side, dropping to the ground as the hole seems to close back up. You feel a little slight fatigue still from the advanced healing, but beyond that, nothing seems to be much. And as you start to
lay a hand on his back and go, I'm gonna protect this one. And the magic shield wrapping around you.
+2 AC all, or is it like a not to my flat-footed or something?
It's the deflection bonus.
Okay, that goes to all. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. As James kind of finishes up his runes, the one Zil still standing in front of Rolliman goes to grab at him and is going, goes to claw him.
Oh, so it's not grappling? Okay.
No, not yet. It is going to try and make one of its claw attacks. D20 plus 5 as it... that is 12. Alright, it's going to make its second one. That's a 22. Alright. As it does so, you will take... As it slashes at you with its hand, tacking full force, you feel the creature's claws go across you. As it does so, you take 2 points of slashing damage, and because of its improved grab ability, the creature...
We still do a grapple check.
As a free action, yeah, without it just basically doesn't provoke the opportunity attack, and it receives its +2. So 1d20 20 plus 9.
Man, can I roll like above a 10?
Maybe.
Hell.
I'm just reading. Plus 2 bonus on grapple check. If each claw hits, only one hit. Okay, if it's with it. Alright. That's a. Oh!
I won.
By 1. And I crit with that, by the way. Or, no, I didn't.
Oh, you
I
rolled
rolled
a
9.
13.
Oh, I rolled 13.
I just had double your bonus.
God damn. The creature looks at you annoyed as you manage to knock away its hands. It kind of seems to look at you, preparing, but it ends its turn as it is done. Oh, actually, no, it's not moving. Hold up. Never mind. It's going to try again to do 2 more claw attacks.
Okay.
1d20 plus 5. We're going to see how many of these it can do. Well,
7.
if I can actually hit 24.
Nice.
Alright, let's do damage. As you feel the creature once more slash at you with its hands, its claws grab it. Fucking hell. You take the 2 points beyond the light cut as the creature once again tries to grapple you in. Only getting, again, a +2 to this. An 18 for this grapple. Let's see.
I will tell you, I cannot fail.
God damn it.
He's a plus 8.
Holy shit.
The big boy!
You manage to swat away its hands every time it tries to grab onto you. The creature looks at you annoyed as it ends its turn. Rolaman,
Stop that.
you are up. Yep.
This poor man. About to get obliterated.
He
You
might.
have a god. I'm about
Can I
to
flank with,
introduce you.
James?
No, unless you want to circle around this creature and put your back to the pit.
Nah.
Probably isn't a great idea.
Not safe.
All right. Oh,
23.
23 hits.
I'll roll the first one because it might just kill him.
It could. There is a possibility.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
you
plus the max.
You watch as the creature, immediately as Rollman turns after the creature is swatting away the creature's hands, with both hands on his blades, retaliates and lops the creature's head right clean off as it kind of flies off to the other side of the pit. The creature drops to the ground dead. There are only 2 more still in the pit, staring up at you defiantly.
Take a 5-foot step, unless I don't need to. Do I need to take a step to attack them?
No, they're 10 feet below you. Is the only thing, but they're about 5 feet in front of you.
Ooh, that means I have high ground.
You do have high ground.
High ground bonus.
That is what a pit is used for. That's what I thought you guys were doing it for originally.
No, we wanted to get him stuck in the pit and just kind of start peppering them with AoE stuff. So I was going to drop poison.
I have a sling and I have rocks. Tink.
What, Chaz, did you remember what the bonus is for high ground on melee attack?
I think it's a +2.
+2.
I'll double check.
On higher ground is +1 for melee.
It's +1.
+1? Alright.
Yep.
Right, because I had a class that would give me a +2, but I said not to take it. Yeah.
Okay.
For your own.
Yep. I'm attacking the one that shot arrows at me.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, the other one's not doing anything. I guess we'll kill that one first.
28.
Oh my god!
You know, surprising no one. That hits.
I look
29
at
damage.
9 damage. Okay.
29.
Oh, 29. Okay, I was looking at something I was fixing here in the background. As you swing at the creature down below, fucking Jesus. You watch as its head as well goes clean lopped off. The last one staring up at you defiantly with its its large bastard axe, the large red runes bastard sword. Thank you, bastard sword. The large red runes starting to glow as the creature looks at you. Its carapace starting to change from a red to almost a yellowish as its burn like ink marks, tribal marks start to change to a purplish and then to a bluish color.
Can I recognize this magical effect?
You can go ahead and roll a knowledge or arcana on your turn. Actually, you know, I'll let you roll in the background, sure.
I'm not gonna share what it is yet because it's not my turn, but that's a 10.
As you look at this, it looks to be similar to a rage effect that barbarians have, but you're unsure of otherwise what this could be as you watch down. Roland, as you lop the second half off the second creature you strike, the third one now starting to start to change, looking up at you. What do you want to do, or is there anything?
I'll change my dodge feet to be on him, and I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back.
Okay. All right, as you kind of take your step back for a moment, kind of just to where your head now is looking over the lip of the thing, and able to see the creature seems to be staring up at you. As we go back up to the top of the order, it is its turn. It can't move, and it is going to roll to intimidate all of you.
Is this a will save?
Yes.
For fear?
Basically. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have a +1 for blast. Let's go.
I'm
Also, since
26.
Oh, that's a 30.
Oh damn.
Holy shit. I don't think I can succeed. I have a
Yeah.
plus will saves. I can try for a nat 20 though. Let's see.
You can always try.
Yeah, I technically couldn't succeed that either. Without a nat 20.
19. I was so close.
So close. Damn, Roman. Yeah, as all of you look down, oh wait, James, what'd you get?
I got a 26.
to be
As
fair, I can't see him, by the way.
yeah, as all of you, well, you could still see over into the pit with your height. As all of you can see and hear this creature roaring out these sounds of it, you start to feel a chill go down your spine. A almost similar feeling, Essa and James and Roland, that you recognize as the feeling you had when you fought Beardy last, when that last moment of his life came to be, and the world as you knew it and the surroundings almost came to an end. You start to feel that same chill as this creature looks up at you, angrily, now feeling the both hatred and animosity from the creature as it's trapped. It can't do much else, and ends its turn. Essa, you're up. Can't move closer to it currently. That's the only effect that has happened as far as it goes, so you can no longer get next to it.
I don't, I'm an archer. I don't
I know. Yeah, I figured.
So I'm gonna keep shooting it.
It's like Fear Effect was designed for fighters and not rangers.
Not for me.
At least not when they're the monsters in a pit, rather.
No. It's a 13 plus me 10. Yeah, it's a 23.
That hits.
Yep, this guy. Let's see what I get. 16 damage total.
Yeah, as you shoot an arrow into the creature, you hear the thunk into it as it looks up at you. It's just slightly, barely reacting. The creature seems unfazed.
It's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna keep shooting him. It's 13 damage.
With 13 damage, you see as the second arrow slams into the other side, the creature seeming to barely notice as it looks over at you now, glaring.
Just because you can't feel pain doesn't mean you can't die, you fat motherfucker.
That ends your turn.
Yep.
Essa, give me a spot check real quick as you end your turn.
I don't like that. Let's see. 12.
Okay.
Is this related to... Is this related to a Zill, because they are vermin?
Yeah.
It'd become a 14 then.
Okay.
My perfect.
As you are kind of paying attention, or shooting the creature, the arrows lobbing into it, watching as it seems to look over to you, something seems off for a moment, and the yelling, the fear, that doesn't... Why would a creature do this in this moment? As you kind of start to things start to click in your mind with the what you know about animals, you look about and you start noticing in the distance there are the hill maybe 2-3 miles away is starting to move.
Guys, and I'm gonna point at the hill.
Is it time to leave?
As As Essa says this, James, it is your turn. As you turn and look, you can give me a search check to see if you can get a better sight of what Essa was looking at. Otherwise, you just look in the general direction where Essa is pointing and see what looks to be a hill moving towards you.
Can I use a spot check instead?
Sure, I'll take a spot check.
Fucking 6! God, that's a nat 1. I don't see shit other than the hill shifting weirdly.
As you look at the hill, your eyes kind of blur slightly, and as you're kind of looking out there, you start to realize you might be slightly nearsighted.
What a realization to make now.
As it's kind of blurry.
I seen so far away before, so it's just
it's
the
old
fear.
age.
I'm still young.
You can take. Hey, damage to your eyes can happen at any time.
Yeah.
But you still have your 2
guess-
actions.
Yeah. I'm gonna take her thing seriously though, and because Asa has not steered us wrong yet, I will into the hole say "fuck you" as I basically drop a fistful of powdered pollen and stuff, and cast Gnome Blight.
Oh.
It's a Fortitude save. The Fortitude save would be a 17 in this instance.
Alright, give me a second. Let me just pull up something. I want to make sure he's not... No, okay. Perfect. I didn't think so, but you never know. As you hear James spout this insulting word, you said it was Fortitude?
Yep.
That is a 13. Wow, I rolled shit.
That will fail, so he is sickened. The condition lasts for as long as the creature is in the cloud and 1d4 rounds after it leaves.
Yeah, as you watch.
And it lasts for 3 rounds at my level.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as James holds out his hand and gas starts to expand out. This green, noxious fumes. The scent kind of almost slightly reminding you of the giants after about a month of not bathing. Starts to expand around the Thrycrane. It starts coughing and then begins to heave and then eventually starts puking up. And you see little bits of creatures. You start to see fingers, bones, fingers themselves, a toth eye, a beak. The creature as it starts retching over and over again, no longer looking up at you lot.
It takes a -2 on all attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
All right.
As I am now running towards the airship.
Yes, you turn and run towards the airship, getting on board the ship, kind of dropping down. You see as Yefnold is looking over at Rolman, still waiting for him to pull on the thing, still holding the rope as you climb aboard.
I'll look at anybody else who's on board and say, "Do you see is the hill moving for anybody else?" And gesture where she pointed. Gesture where Essa pointed.
Yefnold will make a search check. So he's the only one up above right now, other than the cook, who's not paying attention. With an 11, he looks over and just kind of shrugs and goes, things move. Could be a hill. It could be a hill. Could be an earth elemental. Who knows? As James looks down worriedly, the 3 Zill being dead don't have a turn. Thus, this Zill is going to use theirs. He is going to go ahead and continue to retch, as he actually can't do anything. Rollman, you're up.
All right. How long will it take this mountain to get here?
Like, how fast is the hill moving?
Sorry.
Give me a search check to see if as far as it goes.
Do some calculations in your head. Think about it.
Ooh, hold on. I don't think I can do that when I'm in this state of ferocity. So never mind.
He looks at it, turns, shrugs,
Hold
and
on.
looks down.
Is it search intelligence? It is. All right, I can't do that. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit this guy. Oh, I can't get closer, can I?
No, unless you want to be stepping into noxious fumes.
With how deep the pit is?
It's 10 feet.
Yeah, it's spewing out. I suggest just leaving.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot cloud. Technically, it's gonna next round it will spread onto you.
Because Essa can make pot shots once we're in the air.
That'd be hard shots to make.
Well, it's not obscuring this.
I
That's
look
the
to
thing.
back and I say, tie me to. I look to Yevnov. Tie me to the mast, assuming we might take off, and I'm gonna stay here and smack this guy.
Yefnal gives a thumbs up.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and swing on this man.
All right. Rollman's not letting this monster go. He didn't hear the bell.
The
There's
quest,
a
Yeah,
better
no
chance
bell.
for Rollman to currently make that save,
Well,
at least.
the quest is only complete if they're all dead.
Fuck. 14.
As you swing the thick cloud, and the creature like leaning over and retching at random times, you lose the beat of the fight with this creature due to the erratic movements. And as it seems to lean to retch, you swing wide, hitting against the side of the dirt. And as the creature would normally look up at you and have a reaction, it seems to continue just retching over as it seems to be bothered by the scent as you pull your sword back.
All right. I'll go again.
As you go to swing again. Let's see.
Fuck.
Is that a nat
Oh,
one?
wait. It is.
Roll to confirm, buddy. Oh, well, that's
one.
good. All right. As you swing wide, the creature yet again, this time leaning up, you go to swing at its head, expecting it to kind of lean over and lean forward. And as you do, you lean shallow, or you swing shallow, and the creature seems to easily dodge out of the way. As it turns and throws up in the other direction, completely ignoring you. As you realize this fight has become more of a sad attempt at trying to kill a creature that's already dying.
I'll just growl and I'll stand here.
As you growl at it, the creature seems unnoticed as it's turned its back towards you and is throwing up. As it turns back to the top of combat, the hill moves another 20 feet. The Zill down below is going to go ahead and... Is it a fortitude save each time?
Can you post the spell, Cameron?
I'm looking. I've got it pulled up. Lasts as long as the creature's in the cloud for 1d4 rounds. Oh, no, it just lasts as long as it's in there, so it has to leave. Alright. That's unfortunate, because it still can't leave, because of someone else. Thank you, Essa, for also breathing onto it. The Zill tries to grapple onto the side of the walls, and looks to grapple to the other side. As it seems to not be able to move, it pulls its bow back out, and it's going to just take shots at Rolliman.
Before I forget, it does take a d6 because it is its turn. Hold on.
Remember, it lasts for d4 after the cloud vanishes as well.
Alright, it takes 4 electric damage.
Alright.
And it has a -2 on all these attacks.
As it slightly jitters, it raises its bow up, and it starts to pull back the bow. Or, no, actually, rather, this one doesn't have a bow. Never mind. And it can't hit you. It can't hit you with its sword.
Throw your sword.
The creature just, like, glares at you and growls, and does nothing as it stays down below. That ends its turn. It literally cannot do anything. Essa, go ahead.
Okay,
Kill
can
it.
I just do calculations for how long until the hill gets over here?
Yeah, give me a search check.
Nat 2028.
You got maybe 5 rounds.
That should be long enough.
Plenty of time.
I'm killing this creature.
Alright, what do you want to do?
I'm shooting it with arrows.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what you got. 21 hits.
This thing's going to die.
Maybe.
13 damage.
As the arrow lodges into it, it seems to still be completely ignored as it slams into the back of its carapace. The creature seems to continue leaning over, retching, almost ignoring you.
26.
To hit?
Magic damage because the bow is magical.
26 does hit.
He's been doing
Nice.
normal damage. He's fine.
19 damage.
As you watch the arrow slam into the creature's like spine, you watch as you finally see a reaction. The creature seems to slam forward into the front wall and seems to fall down into the vomit. It seems to look almost like it's confused as it looks back over at you and grabs with its arms, but its legs no longer seeming to move.
It's almost dead.
Essa
You
looks.
say it's almost dead?
Essa shouts excitedly.
Okay. Because I'm gonna attack it again.
Jump in the pit.
All right, Essa, does that finish your turn for your attacks?
You know what? Rapid shot. I'll do one more.
Okay.
Damn.
It gives me a -2 to hit.
Pulling out your last arrow from your teeth, ready to go. You look at the creature seeing the hill coming, a little bit of sweat coming down the side, a little panic in your eyes.
After the -2, it's 24.
That hits.
17.
How would you like to do this?
Between the eyes.
The pin is head to the wall.
You said it was gripping. Is it still looking at the floor as it pukes? Is it like head
Yeah.
to the floor?
Slightly.
I'm just gonna pin its neck to the floor.
As you watch Rollman, the last moment as the creature slightly is puking, it starts to slightly turn its head. As Essa pulls the bowstring back, you hear the thump as the arrow lodges in. The creature seeming to be pinned and no longer moving, as the head seems to like drop to the into the mud and into the vomit. The Zil have dropped dead. There don't seem to be any more left.
Jump in, grab the sword, and we're leaving.
Well, after that, Essa's gonna say, "Grab the bodies to prove we did the mission," and then get the fuck out of here.
All right, I could do that. I'm big.
Yeah, as Essa, it's still your turn.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. James, you're at the top of the ship. What would you like to do?
Well,
Sit and look pretty.
can't do much to help them at this point because I've
Well,
used all my first level spell slots.
With you getting to the ship in 1 round, we should be fine because we have 5 rounds till the thing gets here.
Yeah, so the only thing I'll do is shout over the side, make sure to grab whatever shit they had too.
No shit. No.
As James will look towards the moving hill that has gotten closer and sweat a little because all he has left.
Just get the ship ready to leave.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll start prepping the ship to leave. Tell
Okay.
the cook to be ready to take off.
The cook looks over at you and nods as you shout that. Rollerman, you're up for next on the round.
All right, let's grab some bodies.
Okay. You're
Do I
gonna.
have to jump into the pit to grab the bodies, or can I reach down and grab them?
You're currently
Instead of
large, right?
Yeah.
You can lean down and start dragging them out, but you will have to make the save every time you lean into the gas. It's gonna, unless, because I don't
it's
think
fine.
James.
I'm fine with failing. I'm probably going to fail anyway.
Because
Can't
James can't stop it.
It's only going to be there for 2 more rounds because
Well,
it
the
ends
good
on my
news is,
turn.
even if Grumpy can't move afterwards, he has the rope tendon that will just pull him away anyways when we go to
Yes,
fly.
I did
It won't-
ask.
He does have it, yeah.
It won't be comfortable, but he will get away.
All right. Yeah. You scoop down
23.
23. You succeed for the first one. All right. As you.
Second is just... It's not terrible for you right now.
Yeah, as you lean down, you start. What are you grabbing? You see there are 3 bodies in there: a rod, some leather armor, and a large bastard sword.
I want to say the body's got to come first, right? Because that's
Yep,
the
we'll do bodies.
Okay.
that's the proof.
How many can I grab at once?
2 theoretically, because of like your carry strength's like capable. It's just the fact that you only got 2 arms.
Yep. All right, I'll grab 2.
Yeah, as you grab 2 of the bodies, pulling them up and over, tossing them, I imagine, off to the side, not really caring to move them up at the first part. All right, that's your first action. You've got a second
I'll
action.
do it again.
Okay, you grab 2 more bodies, grabbing the last body from the pit and grabbing one of the ones from in front of you and tossing it into the little pile off to the side. I will say, remember, there is one that is dead, or there were 4 dead in the pit. Never mind. So that would have been 4 bodies in the pit. Never mind. Yeah. So
No, there were 3.
No, there were 4.
No, oh, yeah, no, the
yeah,
fourth
because
one fell
one,
in,
yeah,
yeah.
the 4th one fell in and died.
Really
Yeah.
dumb.
So yeah, as you pull the 4 from the hole, tossing them off to the side, leaving only the 2 that were standing in front of you, kind of laying off to each either side of you. That ends your turn.
Yeah, ends my turn.
All right, the hill moves. Okay. The Zil are dead. Essa, you are up.
Does the gas count as a poison technically?
It
yes.
gives me sickened. So...
Yeah, it's a poison.
Okay, then I can just jump in.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna leap in.
Yeah, as you jump down into the 10-foot deep hole, into the squishy, rancid smells of vomit, seeing little bits and bobs of creatures, some fingers, some bones and such, as well as...
Look, it's gross, but this is my life.
As you look about the gear, though, you do see the 2 longbows dropped on the ground, the rod, the bastard sword, and the leather armor.
I think I have to carry to just grab all of it.
Would the
but-
leather armor not be on the corpse?
It is, yeah. Oh, yeah, it would be. Never mind. Sorry, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I will grab all 4, but I'm gonna grab the rod first because in S's mind, that's probably the most magical item.
Okay. Yeah, as you go grabbing out the gear or the equipment one by one, pulling everything out. Give me 1 sec just to check something.
I have something I can do.
That's fantastic, but one moment. I just want to make sure this is correct. Okay, it's only okay. All right, yeah. As you go and grab each of the items out, the bastard sword seems to be slightly heavier, but as you do so, each of the items seem to come freely from the bits. You do, as you look about, notice a little bit of something glinting underneath the like vast amount of liquid and chunks of pieces where the creature was puking earlier.
I may
Picked
as
up a
well.
diamond.
I have time. I may as well. I have to.
You're gonna reach down?
I'll grab whatever it is. Yep.
All right, as you do so, you pull up a little ring coming out of it. As you pull the ring a little with a slight gemstone, but it seems to be covered in such thick muck and mucus that you can't really tell what the design on the item is. As you kind of pull yourself out of the hole to get out up and about, pocketing the items. I assume at this point until getting onto the ship.
Yeah, I'm just getting everything stowed and then running to the ship. Yeah, because I'm gonna trust the bodies because I can't live.
Yeah, as you turn to run for the ship, you climb aboard. Okay. James, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon the giant centipede again and send him out to go help bring the bodies back on board.
Master, why? Yeah, I've been eaten, I've been killed.
You're not fighting, you're not fighting, just go bring the bodies back.
Master, I can't. I've seen too many things. I've died so many times today.
Hey,
I don't it twice.
can I pet the centipede?
Yeah, as you do so, you watch as you reach your hand towards it, and the creature immediately, like, pulls its head away in fear.
Hey, it's alright. It's alright.
It seems to continue to try and pull away from you. It looks like it expects you to beat it or smack it.
It's okay,
Look what
I'm
you
gonna
did.
calmly pat it.
Look what you did to
It's
this
okay.
creature.
It's okay. Just go get the bodies, go help bring them on board. That's all you're doing. It's okay.
After this interaction, do they just see me carrying all the bodies
Yeah.
at once?
As you start kind of climbing up the stairs, or up the stairs, the new stairs that just popped out of the ship, the climbing up the ladder one by one with the bodies, or with the 2 bodies at a time, you manage to get the 4 up, and then going back for the last 2. As you get to the bottom of the thing, the hill in the distance starting to get closer, you start to feel the ground rumbling, but as it does so, you manage to easily get onto the ship by the 3rd round with all the bodies, nothing seemingly to happen.
Yep.
And
we're,
then
I'll
Rowan
dismiss the
pukes.
centipede then, because I'm guessing he would have.
well, the centipede vanished rounds, so.
Yeah, so.
Alright.
The centipede vanishes after 3 rounds.
Let's get up in the air then.
Or 2 rounds or something.
It's
As after a few minutes, you lose all your buffs that I've given you.
I also puke because my frosted runs out and I get sickened afterwards.
okay. Well, you can spend your time on the side of the ship while we start flying away.
I wave to the chef to go off.
Yeah, as the chef kind of nods and everything starts to go to rise, you see a slight smile on his face as everything starts to kind of expand, or the ship starts to take off. You see the hill beneath slams into where you guys were, causing the entirety of the cave system there to collapse in on itself. Not sure what the creature was that was coming as the ship seems to fly off into the distance. You start heading towards the city, or back to the Karrar Castle.
Oh, out of pure
Will it take us
curiosity,
more than an hour to get back.
It'll
can
take
I
7.
roll knowledge-
I will be taking a bit of a rest and doing a prayer to restore my spell slot so I can use Identify if I need to.
Okay. Go ahead, Essa. What you said?
Out of pure curiosity, can I knowledge nature what the fuck the moving hill was?
Yeah. Go ahead.
If I fail, I fail. I just really curious. That's in that one. Never mind.
You're pretty sure it was a creature.
You know, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'll take.
But as you think for a moment, you're completely unsure as the ship continues on. The body's kind of laid out front. You lot sitting on the ship. So James heading beneath or into the captain's quarters. You said take a nap.
Take a bit of a nap and then make sure I do a prayer before we get back so I have my spell slots back if I need them.
Okay. And then Essa, what are you gonna be doing during your 7 hours?
Well, the first thing I would do, which won't take long, is I want to study this ring. I want to see what's up.
All right. As you look over the ring, it looks to have a. As you kind of clean it off and wash it off, the gemstone looks to be almost like an eyeball that has been crystallized. The iris itself being a slight purplish color. As you kind of move it about, you notice the gemstone in the center that seems to be where the iris has been cut into. It seems to move and almost follow you unnaturally. The sides of the ring read something that you recognize immediately as Toth script, but you aren't sure what it says.
Is the eye symbol anything similar to? Because I think the house that gave us the quest had their mark on the quest paper.
As you look at it, it is not.
Okay. So it's somewhat important item, but I don't know who. Well, turn it into the Toth Guild. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. As you spend your time kind of investigating, looking about, and thinking about the ring. What about you, Roman? What were you wanting to do with your downtime?
Right after the combat, I'll congratulate Yefnold and thank him.
He kind of
for his help.
He smiles and nods and goes, "I really thought you were gonna die down there. I'm gonna be honest."
Nope, I was fine. Thanks to you.
I don't think that's the case, but I appreciate the sentiment. I don't think I would have wanted to slash at that guy, I'm gonna be honest. Ever since the pirates, I haven't wanted to even try and raise a blade. I'm afraid of what'll happen.
Just imagine, like, raise a blade and instantly get smited for daring.
Yeah. But he kind of, like, nods and heads back to his duty as you see him kind of head back over below deck to go back and inspecting and doing his job. Unsure of what his job really is, but most of the sailors, their jobs would be hard to explain to the lots of you who've never been skyship sailors proper. You kind of watch as he dissipates. What else would you like to do, Roman? You got like 7 hours, so.
That's a good question.
If you have anything.
I don't got anything. I'll just steer the ship.
Okay. As you take over for the cook, he heads beneath, kind of cooking up a fresh meal. You can smell the scent of a hog on the air as the grill is being maintained. You continue on your way as a lot of you continue with the 7-hour trip. A quiet storm that seems to kind of roll past you as a heavy rain starts to expand out. Though as you cap over the large volcano-like mountain and head down into the underdark city that is Kurar Castle, the clouds don't seem to reach as high, allowing the sun still to kind of peer through and down into the otherwise dark and eerie kind of city itself. As you come back to your landing, seeing the large dwarven ship once more that you recognize, James almost immediately seeing the marking of Metal Brand's large 4-decked warship.
Saying nothing, doing nothing with that. We have job to turn in.
As Roman, you come into land, you also notice there are a few other ships that kind of start to catch your attention, many of them having more unique designs of what you're used to seeing amongst the merchant vessels. One of them you recognize to look almost identical to your own airship, but with giant crystals at the back that seems to glow slightly.
I think I got my prayer in, so I would be restored with spell slots for now.
Yes, if you within the 7 hours, you would be relaxing and able to put your prayer in. You're having no god, nothing seems to respond, and no vision seem to come as you spend your time meditating and resting.
Magic is my god, and all of it is in its glory. The mana provides.
Exactly.
Saying the mana provides again.
As you come into
meditating.
As you come into a landing, you see the large goose stick his head out and just sigh as he sees you a lot and just goes back into it as the excitement for a moment. You just see the excitement
after the
hunt. Yeah, with your big smile and wave, you see the just dissatisfaction as the creature shakes its head going back in, as it looks over at the Metal Brand ship and just shakes his head, sighing as he sits back down into his chair.
It's not worth it.
Look, we gave him a tip already. We paid him something.
You've tipped him?
Tried to.
So, I may or may not have been told to and pocketed the money because it wasn't worth it.
Okay.
As Essa comes back above deck, as James mentions that.
Did James tell you to tip him?
Yeah.
James, why are we tipping people we don't like?
Even if you don't like them, having them like you is better.
He won't like us ever.
He won't like us regardless.
But as you land, you do see that there's a large amount of people coming through. Different merchant companies seem to be coming through the portal more actively than ever. There seems to be a lot of trading going in and out between the area, as well as guards that seem to be coming in and out. Both Toth and Dragonkin seem to be going into the portal and coming through. As there seems to be a lot of activity. The black market, as you look over towards where it normally is, seems to almost be a ghost town, as most of the stalls are empty, minus, of course, what you see immediately as the last latch, who seem to be not closed, but not having any salesmen standing outside. The tents look to be quieted down at this point.
Alright, let's go turn this in, huh?
Let's
we wanna put the
take a
bodies in
specific part of each of them instead of carrying the bodies.
Well, I was gonna say we could put the bodies in a box or something and just carry them, because they're not super big creatures.
Well, let's just take their heads.
Is that be sufficient?
I mean, for monster hunting usually, but I've never hunted a Zil before.
Nor have I, but
Decapitation
it's better.
time. Actually, there.
Yeah, as you
decapitate both of them mostly.
Yeah, as you clean up the last couple, decapitating them. The last, I think it was like 4 of them. As you manage to cleanly decapitate the first 2, you grab one of these small chests from the captain's quarters, a small wooden chest, tossing the heads into it, closing it up.
Actually, hold on. Don't we have unless we sold it, a nice silver one? I believe from our list of giant shit.
You mean my silver coffers?
Yeah, we gotta.
They're like
nice.
6 inches by 6 inches.
Oh, never mind.
But
Yeah.
did you bring one out already and use it for the...
I will say, Zil heads are the same size as normal human heads. These are quite large.
Okay.
I mean, these are
That will fit.
small, yeah.
Yeah, the chest is more than adequate.
As Roman looks about, like, thinking for a minute and remembers the box, Essa kind of, like, pulls out the box out of a small little bag and, like, shows how tiny it is, and Roman just shakes his head and goes back to thinking for a moment.
That wasn't it.
As James stuffs the heads into a different chest. Setting them up to look just nice enough that it looks like this was meant to be here.
Yeah, here we go. So the silver coffer is 6 inches by 6 inches by 1 foot. They're like on the inside. They're not.
Oh, 1 foot. Hmm?
Yeah, 1 foot deep, 6 inches on each side.
For 6 heads.
We
Yeah.
can store
not
one
enough.
head in that.
Oh, you could fit like 2 or 3, but not 6.
But as you begin, right? Oh, hey, look, Pierre suddenly you see Pierre's ship
Oh, shit, I see
suddenly
No.
decked or docking in one of the you see Pierre's ship docking in the religious sector as the Toth seem to welcome him in as they seem to start as he comes off board and goes with them and disappears into the religious sector or column off to the far distance. Only recognizing Pierre's ship, I imagine. Yeah, go ahead, Essa. Sorry.
I just imagined the Toth immediately because what Robbie said, going, "Oh, you're here for the ritual." He's like, "God damn it!"
How many rituals do I have to do before I get a goddamn coffee?
Too many.
In the distance.
I see his ship and I'm immediately panicked because the last time his ship was anywhere near mine, it wrecked it.
He's at the religious sector, meaning he's like multiple floors above us. It's
Man.
No,
If
not
your ship
floors.
makes it all down here,
So
that
remember the city is broken up into 3 separate columns. So they're like big trees, if you will, that are or stalactites, if you will. So
He's
there
on an
is
entirely
the
separate
district,
column that I have inside.
the merchant column, which is what the ones you guys have spent almost your entire time on. That has like almost the embassy on. There's the nobleman's column, which is the one where you went, where Roman went to the Colosseum, and is where you've kind of tried to avoid for the most part after seeing the slavers there. And then, of course, you are the slavers who tried to grab you guys while you were there with their storm giant guards. And then you have the religious district, which you guys, or religious column, which is the only one that you haven't visited at all.
Which we are especially avoiding because
yeah,
told what the religious sect's like.
yes. But as you the ship kind of gets tied off, a couple of the giants seeing you lot go about their business as they start drawing lots to see who's doing guard duty. They sit down and start kind of getting ready to wait it out and hang out as they do so. One of them heading off to go buy little fresh ingredients for the kitchens.
As they're drawing straws, I'll make sure that Yevnov is not included in that for guard duty.
As you kind of point that out to one of them, the guy who holding up the straws just kind of shakes his head and goes, it's the whole fun of it. We've been tricking him the last 4 times, and he still hasn't figured it out.
That's wow.
He's the youngest guy on the crew. Of course we got to do it.
He got stuck with the dangerous work though.
Look,
I was doing as a reward. Like he doesn't have to do guard duty for this because he did that.
The guy nods and goes, all right, I'll exclude him. I mean, I already got picked anyway, so it doesn't matter, but all right.
this is regular soldier hazing. This is normal.
Yeah, but as you watch as you see the rest of the Giants not picked for guard duty go back below deck and start going to sleeping, and you hear the light sounds of the glass and barrels being moved. As it's not hard to remember recognize that sound from the last time they were docked and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
They're doing sailor things.
Pretty much.
As long as there's at least enough of them sober to escape if something happens, I'm fine with it.
If we have to escape, it's bad.
That'd be
We don't
really
have
bad.
to.
But as you are left alone, BK kind of comes up above deck, looking about, seeing the city once more, turns around and goes back below deck as his very roundness is starting to get to the point where he is starting to not fit through the doorway.
Yo, James, you need to stop feeding him extra rations.
I haven't been. That's the cook. I'm tempted, and I pull out the fucking the tuber.
No, don't feed him those.
I'm so tempted.
No.
If you fill the ship with those little worms, I'm not going to be the one getting rid of them.
Oh, that's the
Put
only
that in the
reason
safe.
I'm not doing it. No, I have like 3 vials of these things.
Put him in the safe.
No.
I'm just going to start walking towards the guild.
I'm following at this point.
As you as the 3 of you kind of head off, 4 of you, as Renius mounts Shunyet, who during the entire fight spent most of the time below deck asleep, enjoying a very nice feast on the few hogs they managed to carry aboard by themselves.
I'm going to be honest. It has like a +6 to hit. I wasn't bringing her to the fight.
But yeah, as you remount, seeing that she is a little bit more rounder than she was earlier, she seems to happily take you with her without issue, going about as she carries a bone in her mouth that she seems to chew on as you walk. The 4 of you kind of head into the town, heading back towards the guild. As you get back towards Crow's Bar Guild, you see Jaren Featherspell once again sleeping behind the bar. Some sort of piece of leather script with script writing on it, kind of scribbled and covering his face as he kind of continues to sleep. A few adventurers grabbing drinks off the bar and pouring themselves shots. Some just grabbing the bottles themselves and drinking straight from them as you enter in it.
Do I see a decent bottle of wine here?
Quite a few, in fact, as well as some brandies, some whiskeys, and some scotch.
I need wine for something specific. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you see 2 vials that are marked at 200 gold pieces a drink.
I'm not gonna be an asshole and steal it.
I believe last time we were here, one of the quests said something about going to the kitchen instead of waking up the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just head back into the kitchen.
Gonna go
No
knock
one
on
wasn't here when this happened, so we're going to the kitchen. This is even
Oh yeah, last
getting
time we were
crazy here.
one of the quest papers just said go talk to Kate. He didn't want to be woke up anymore, so
Well, that was specifically the one for the crow's foot.
yeah. But I
with the
feel
reward of the breadfruit.
As you kind of go around to the side, seeing the kind of large swinging door and open it, you see a large, effeminate-looking Toth in what looks to be a very common, leather skin outfit, looking like a mix of a ranger and a chef who's come straight from the wild with a little bit of blood on them. You see this very bright brown feathered Toth with simple black eyes turns to you. Standing about 5 feet tall, she doesn't tower over much, but her wider frame and hips give off a very stern and motherly-like appearance as she turns to you lot, a pan in hand, a dead creature hanging on a meat hook off to the side that she seemed to have been freshly working on. She looks over at you and goes, "Oh, sweeties, what can I do for you lot?"
Hey, every time we turn in a quest and we wake up the guy, he gets really mad, so we figured we'd come talk to whoever else is here.
Well, my name's Lily as far as it goes, and you can call me Lily, and that's all you need to call me. And she smiles.
Oh, that works for me.
As far as your quest, I mean, I handle the day-to-day finances. Guy out front, he's just there to handle the bar. We've been turning a great profit ever since he took it over.
I find that hard to believe, but all right.
Yeah, people just keep leaving large amounts of sacks of gold on the counter randomly. It's the strangest thing.
I can guess why, but I don't think that's my place to say.
She shrugs. But what can I do for you?
We've completed the Zill subjugation quest.
Although mine did get collapsed in on itself as a hill crashed into it.
Don't know what that creature was, but yeah.
So you are the boys who woke it up. Okay, that explains. Well, the good news is you did what what we were hoping for. The Master Toth in question you were looking for, I think he goes by Bodie Neck or Body Neck or something like that. He's a real fat fellow. You'll find him walking about. Very simple feathers, not the brightest bulb in the group, if I'm honest with you, but he's a master with his tools and can make anything you can come up with. I've seen him literally design items from thin air that I've never even could have imagined in my wildest of dreams. It's amazing the magic items he can craft.
So he'll likely be able to make the addition to the ship that we were hoping to get done.
I can get in contact with him, or if you'd like to meet him now, you'll have to go to the Nobles District. But Nobles have been all in a huff ever since the fact that they heard there was a celebrity coming into town.
Yeah, his name's Pierre. He's a friend, acquaintance.
Acquaintance. Don't call him a
Yeah.
friend.
No, I'm calling him acquaintance. I'm correcting this.
We met the guy.
Not even acquaintance.
He's been requested by the first pet pool himself. He's supposed to be meeting with him and his Holy Highness as well. The new representative of the church that's gonna be getting set up. From my understanding, as far as it goes, he's here to do some big blessing and hand off a bunch of stuff. Might be something of the sort. I mean, I'm not as caught up on it. I know they said something about mustache oil at some point.
Oh.
That seems up his lane.
I did want. I figured you might know better. I'm gonna dig and pull out the ring. Do you know who, like, what house or who this belongs to?
She looks at it. Oh, that would probably belong to one of the, well, we can't say their names anymore, ever since, but, one of the previously, empowered folks, looks like. I'm guessing you probably found, or that was probably his son's ring by the looks of it, with the little markings on the side. It's hard to tell. It's noble Toth script. It's not common Toth script, so it's a little harder. She kind of points to a symbol that looks like a small little bird that looks to like almost be cut in half, and she goes, that means like heir or young, usually in noble script. Basically, as far as it goes, if I had to guess, it's got to be one of theirs. Probably fetch you a pretty price, but at this point, the guy's dead. The gentleman's dead. I don't know if anybody's going to be there to want to claim it, or if anybody's want to claim his bloodline.
Well, if there's no one to pass it to, and there's no one that owns it anymore, I guess I'll just hold on to it.
I wouldn't wear it in town if I were you, because
I'm not planning on wearing it.
Yeah, it would show sympathy to the house.
When we get back on the ship, I'll see about getting it identified.
She looks. You see a quick glance from her eyes to James as he says that, and looks back as she looks back at Yuessa.
I'm just gonna act like that didn't happen.
But she kind of smiles and goes, "So, dearies, did you want me to get you in touch with the Master Toth himself, or would you like to have him brought, or would you like to go meet him?"
I'd rather not go to the Noble District after last time. Gonna be
Yeah, we got chased by slavers.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Ever since that one boy had got escaped, the slavers have been all up in arms.
Boy?
Oh yeah, there was a young doppelganger kid. Keeps going around looking like a weird Toth. He's disguised himself as an urchin. He's been making coin on the side ever since he escaped as one of the slaves. Latch has been after him like no other. Apparently, he's been able to hide out as one of the Toth because, and Latch hasn't done anything about it because guards can't tell any better. She shrugs.
I see.
Guards aren't bright, as you've probably learned. Most of the Toth aren't. She shrugs.
To be fair, I think I've realized guards in most lands aren't the brightest.
I heard a story about one guard from a traveler once that he tried to pick up water with a pitchfork.
Oh, God.
I know.
That's right all the way here.
I saw that one happen.
I met the guy. It's a true story.
She just looks at you and goes, "Really? Interesting."
Well,
Yeah.
the full story is someone else had a magic pitchfork that could shape water, and the other guy thought any pitchfork could do it.
She nods and goes, "Well, good to know. Is there anything else I can do for you? Like I said, I can. If he should be here within a few hours. It depends on if any other fights go on, but if everything goes as expected."
I mean,
Alright.
we can just hang out and wait for him. Yeah, that should be all.
Enjoy yourselves a drink on the house. We've been making enough money that most of the bar is free right now.
All right. Thank you.
She nods and she goes back. You see a little like magic hand, almost slightly glowing of blue light, follow you out and take you to a booth that sets you aside.
Did we pick our final item we want, boys?
Are we doing the preserving room? So that we can transport that breadfruit?
We probably should.
This is our best chance to get it, because I don't trust myself to make something like that. Not yet, at least.
I don't want to think about how much someone would gouge us for a ship upgrade like that. We probably just should to get it over with.
Now, I feel like that's different than a magic item. This seems like a magic item guy.
I mean, we can ask if it's possible. If it's not, we can always get like the shield or whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
All right.
Is-
If it's possible, is this possible? Well, do we
If
want a
this is-
Toth to potentially do that and then have it have some sort of downside? Then we could get it done.
I mean, we could also try to see if you can just make it a bag of preserving that is like a bag of holding with that much space. We should be able to hold.
Hold enough, Cameron.
Yeah, that's true.
Even a max bag of holding doesn't hold enough for the one class.
I'm gonna give you guys a minute to think about while I grab some water.
Well, then we'll go back with the basic plan of room of preserving so that we have a room that preserves the things, or
We'll turn
we...
the bigger rooms into room preserving because we can keep non-preservable stuff down there too. We can turn a whole like cargo bay area into it.
Yeah.
All right. Do that. If he can't do ship upgrades, we do the shield.
Let me do the shield. Yeah.
All right. As a few hours kind of pass, you guys sitting and waiting, enjoying a nice serving of food as well as drink that gets served. About halfway through your wait, you see about 2.5 hours. You see as Drift comes walking into the guild, smiling. As she does so, as you look about, because she kind of looks over at you and at your table. As she spots you, Roloman, you see a slight blush from her as she starts to kind of like stammer and stand and stop. And as she does so, all three of you notice a small figure come off the side of one of the booths that's was blocking the doorway. And there you see standing Throwstick Metalbrand.
Wait, what do we see entirely? My brain skipped a portion of that.
Drift and Throwstick Metalbrand, my man.
Walking into the Adventuring Guild together.
Okay.
As you see the two of them kind of go sit down, Drift kind of like it seems to ignore you, Rollman, not seeming to try to keep eye contact with you as the two sit at one of the booths across the tavern from you.
I'm showing no reaction to him, other than maybe the regular
no
nod
reaction.
of.
No reaction. None. Stop.
If he
No
greets
reaction
me,
means no
you
reaction.
have to greet back. It's,
No, act like he doesn't exist.
As the two kind of go to sit, as James kind of looks and kind of starts to make eye contact, Essa and Rollman kind of like grabbing onto him and kind of sitting him back in the chair and making him focus on them. Rollman kind of look, and Essa, as you look over just as side glances, as you see these two seem to be negotiating something as paper, or as leather is slammed down, a quill is put and ink is slammed down. The two seem to be arguing about something quite loudly, though as you see the large, or the slight glimmer of light off something, you realize they've got some sort of silence surrounding them.
Yeah.
it's respectful. And
Do you guys do anything?
Nope.
Hey, you want to grab your bottle? It's on the house. You said you needed a bottle of wine.
yeah, because every time I want to use that, I have to have a bottle of wine. I have to have a glass of wine, and I'm also gonna have to stop on our way back and pick up a feather.
You don't have to explain, my man. Just go grab your wine.
Yeah. As you walk over, grabbing one of the bottles off the wall, avoiding the very expensive ones, you find a cheap bottle. It looks like it'd be decently flavored for a sailor. Not really recognizing the brand, but it's got a lot of designs on it. And in your experience, you know, alcohol that has a pretty bottle typically doesn't taste really good. But you know, with that understanding, it'll serve its purpose. You grab it and walk off to sit down back with the group. As you do so, you see Drift kind of storm out angrily as she walks past, running out of the door. Thrustic kind of looks over at you as she does so, kind of seeing you grabbing the wine and sitting down, and kind of starts to saunter over towards your group. And as he starts to get about halfway and hits the doorway, seeing Essa and Rollman there, you see his smile goes from a very bright and welcoming one to a soured, anger, kind of annoyed, almost kind of angry, a slight look as he looks over at your company. Walking over, he kind of stands at your table and leans in and goes, "James, right?
Yes.
How you been, James?"
I've been alright. Why do you ask?
"I heard you took out the Zill. I'm just proud to see a snowbeard like myself accomplishing so much in this world."
Do I know a traditional dwarven greeting or snow dwarven greeting?
I'd say yeah. With the amount of traveling you've done with James and the amount in his homeland, I would say the traditional dwarvish greeting, the most common and most welcomed is typically buying another person around or a drink. That's most often their courtesy.
All right. I'll smile at him. Pleasure to meet you. And I'll reach over and pour a drink out to him. I don't think we've met before. Yes.
He looks down at
Name's Rollman.
Looks down at the drink, looks at you, and then looks back at James and goes, as he grabs the drink and goes, "You taught the monkey how to pour drinks. Now that is an impressive trick."
Throwstick, he's a good friend. He helped out the clan for a while, and he's been recognized as such.
So is my
At the very
displacer dog. Doesn't mean I go ahead and let him eat at the same table as me or pour my drink, as he throws the drink on the table. Now, I have a message, dear James boy. Your family would like you to come home at some point. They, as he kind of gives a smile, and you see a silver tooth kind of gleam in the light, and the smell, the raw stench of both ale and unbrushed teeth kind of emanating from his breath. They said they wanted you to come back. Something about a new heir being chosen. I don't know. But apparently the Frosthammer's clan is no longer going to be ruling now that Sarazeki's out of power, and he spits on the ground at the mention of the name.
James actually hearing that just gives a slow nod. Well, that's a good riddance of that thing.
Aye.
My faith was never in a monster.
Well, you and me both. But unlike you, I don't keep lizards and apes as company. That's neither here nor there. We can't. I mean, man is judged by his company, but you probably already understand that. As he kind of looks you up and down. My only requirement, and I was paid quite handsomely for this, was to request that you return within 3 years, I believe it was. Your father or mother was up for a position of nobility, being allowed to be taking over the town. I don't know, and I know they're having issues with people. Who knows? You don't have to go. You have siblings, I imagine. So, but I've done my job. As he kind of smiles at that and goes, I hope next time we can do business with or in good company. As he kind of looks over at Essa and Rolleman. And then just kind of backs up and walks away without even waiting for your response as he leaves the guild.
A pleasure meeting you.
I was fully acting like he doesn't exist, and I was just saying shouldn't yet.
James,
What
as under the table, because James would have kept his hands just kind of in his lap generally.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting ready to do something, but every ounce of him was saying, if I start a fight here, it's going to be problems later. He lets out a low sigh. One day, I'm going to make sure that his ship crashes into a fucking mountain. That may be 50 years from now, but one day.
You gotta control yourself there, James. Can't let people get to you.
It's not that he got to me. I wouldn't care if he insulted me. He insulted someone I've hired, as James gestures to Essa, and a dear friend.
That's life, James. People insult people.
He's not much of a person.
I think I've heard dragons being less racist to other races. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
You and I didn't. The only other person that's called us a monkey is the guy that runs the fucking docks.
Look, most dragons might treat them like servants and insult them. Most of them don't do it that much.
Not only that, he called you a monkey. The only person that's been called a monkey is me, and that was by the dock master.
I think I heard someone call back in the Frost Chat. I think I saw someone call that Pierre guy a monkey once. I could be wrong.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah.
I find that humorous.
As I just slowly put the bottle away in the bag of holding, I should probably pick up at least 10 pearls. That'll be okay. Well, at least the pricing's worked out.
Mm-hmm. Don't let me get to you, James. I get called monkey and slave all the time. Our race is not very well liked.
You're still one of my best friends, Roman, and I don't like them disrespecting you.
As a few more hours pass, you watch as a few more adventuring groups come in and out, and a lot come through. But as you do so, about 2.5 hours more pass, and out comes this very average-looking, short Toth who, other than his very elaborate and bright green cloak with a very large symbol that you recognize to be similar to the one you had been wearing earlier, James, the necklace. He looks to be, with his exorbitant jewelry, bits of gold and fleck everywhere. Otherwise, he looks normal, like a black raven with a head sticking out as he comes bobbing in, standing at an average of 5 foot. He, with his skinny arms, seems to kind of push aside the door just barely as you hear it kind of almost a grunting sound from the old master as the door comes being pushed open. As he walks in and looks over and goes, starts speaking in this strange language, sounding like a mixture of tongues, and then looks at you a lot, waiting for you to respond.
I just raise a non-existent eyebrow.
James will give a slow nod and then speak. flipping through the languages he knows. Hello, sir. Are you the member of the First Papal's house?
As you hear him switch to calm, and he goes, "Ah, you do not speak the tongue. You speak the simple tongue."
Apologies, we haven't been here long enough to pick up the tongue.
He shakes his head and goes, "I only learned this tongue only a year ago. It took me 25 years to master it. I understand your pain. I am told that I'm supposed to
what?
craft something for you."
Yes, as we finished the Zill subjugation, we have two main ideas. Do you think you could make an improvement to our ship's hold to have it preserve perishable goods for longer?
Young
Extending their
man,
life.
I could turn your entire ship into a preservation unit if you wanted to. I could turn you into a preservation item if you wanted. You doubt my ability. As you see suddenly out of almost nowhere, as he holds his hand up at you, a cane, like a blackened piece of wood, appears in his hand with a dark, small troll skull on it. As he raises it,
politely bows his head and goes, "No,
I
no,
will
sir."
cut in. I will cut in. We were just told it was a magic item you could craft. We weren't sure if a ship upgrade counted.
you're the one who they call the Tan.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like you, dragonkind. But I will, since I have been ordered here. He turns and goes, "Show me this ship. Show me the area you want done. I will do it."
All right.
Nodding, we'll get up and show
How would
him.
it, can you two take him? Because I have to go buy something as Essa.
Ashley, could you pick me up 10 pearls of 100 gold piece of 100 piece value?
You'll have to pay me
If you're
back
going
for
with shopping?
back. Yeah, sure.
I will pay you back on the ship.
And yeah, walk away.
Let's go.
All right, as the two of you, as the two of you head, or as the three of you head towards the ship, last thing you hear in the background, Essa from Rollman and James with this Toth is, and I'll make sure you understand exactly what Toth ingenuity can do. You will respect my people, and you will never again doubt us.
Oh, no, sir, it wasn't doubt.
Shut your mouth, low leg.
Just don't talk. Just lead him.
I have already decided I do not like talking to you, the giant. Are you an ape? He looks at Rolleman.
Yes, I am a half-elf.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I did not know half-elves or elves could mate with apes. Please tell me of your lineage. I would love to know. What elven clan are you? And he starts going into a long list of questions about your elven heritage.
All right. So I come from the clan of who the fuck knows. I said that primitive, so it sounds like it's actually.
Yeah. You see him writing some stuff down and as he goes, fascinating. I don't know this. I haven't learned this tongue yet. What do you call that tongue?
Primal.
Primal. He writes it down and underlines it. As he continues to follow you two. But as you continue to tell him little bits and bobs about your story, throwing in random little bits to throw him off with
Primordial.
Primordial. Yeah, as he writes it down, as you head on, telling him little bits and bobs and like switching out comments with Primordial, he keeps like looking at you with like fascination, trying to understand, but seems to yet get nowhere with your language.
I'm assuming I catch and know every single swear word.
Yes. I've taught you all the swears. Don't worry.
But as you three head towards it, showing him the area, he seems to immediately get to work as he shoves you out of the entire floor, refusing to let you see any of his magic. He asks that the entirety of the crew stay off the floor.
Nope, I will perfectly. He wouldn't even have to shove me. I'd show him the area and walk out calmly. He wants to keep his arcane secrets. That's fair. I'll make sure the crew knows not to go down there for right now.
Okay.
Me too.
But as you lot head do that, Essa, where are you going? What are you shopping for?
I guess the pearls first.
Okay.
I'll find a 10 pearls.
Good. Yeah, I was say. Any ideas on any shops you wanted to start about, or are you just gonna walk about until you see something?
Let me scroll back up to the shop list. I have to go back all the
Pull out the piece of paper to look at it.
Hey, you got notebooks.
So many rolls to scroll.
You could try and I was gonna say you could try typing in the name of the castle.
No, don't worry. I guess the Mages Guild is as good as any because it's casting. It's pearls for casting, so I guess it's a good starting point. And it's probably also gonna have the other thing I need too. You know, this works.
Yeah. As you head towards the Masters Guild, heading up towards the large shop, going up to the third floor where it has set up business, you walk into the floating the shop that seems to almost redesign itself around to almost look similar to your home, your house when you were a child. A warm yet fond memory, as the shop seems to give off a inviting aroma around it, as shelves seem to pop up with different scrolls, grimoires, spell books, staffs, rods. As you see Kyuzo with his four wings kind of sticking out. This old and very wizened looking Toth with his a very kind of raggedy looking, what do you call it, robe. He looks over at you and goes, "Ah! A scaled one! I hear you lot can't understand anything that isn't warm or cold. How does it feel existing in a land where we actually understand magic?"
It's quite interesting. My homeland prefers the bardic pursuits, so it's quite the change of pace.
You would be a bard, you half-casting worthless lizard. What do you want?
Some pearls for casting focuses and some lyrium flowers if you have them.
Double the price for you for the pearls, so 200. And what was the other thing you wanted?
Lyrium flowers.
Why would I sell you those, you primitive, ugly-looking creature?
Huh.
Your dire wolf there has more respect in this shop than you or any of your kin.
I mean, I need the flowers for potion crane, but...
He looks at you and glares and goes,
I mean,
5
most
gold.
of my family are sorcerers. I'm just not old enough to do it yet.
You filthy dragons. All you think you have natural magic. That's the problem with you scaled folk. You think just because you are magic in your blood that you have every right to it. You don't understand how some of us have to... And he starts going on to a long tirade of both extensive racism.
Later, that's
I'm
fine.
I'm just gonna go to the thirsty forest.
As you turn around and walk out, you can still hear him as you're walking down the street. He hasn't seemed to notice you even having left, as he seems to continue on.
I'm just gonna go talk to Drift.
I'm sorry.
Maybe get a fair price.
However, I just want to. These are the top, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, am I so glad I'm shitting in their water.
Is that why Pierre's here?
No.
You're taking a dump in the water.
It's not
too?
Pierre. But as you head towards back down into the black market, seeing the large merchant shop that's been set up in the around one of the sections, you see Drift kind of leaning against one of the tent poles, chewing on what looks to be a wizened blackened apple. As she does so, she kind of smiles as she stands up as you come walking up with your direwolf. She leans down, petting Shunyet, who seems to immediately let her pet Shunyet on the head. Shunyet doesn't seem to be fazed in the slightest. Drift looks up at you and goes, "What can I do for you?"
I need lyrium flowers and pearls for casting purposes.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Shoot, I mean, if Rollman had just asked... Has Rollman talked about me at all?
He said he had a wonderful time.
I mean, he talked about he had a great time on the date, but then we kind of got busy with the subjugation quest. I haven't had much time to talk to him afterwards.
You see, as you mention the great time, you see she immediately starts to go a little rosier. She goes, "You know what?" And she just hands you the pearls and about 5 or a small bouquet of flowers, about 25 flowers. of
25
lesbian.
frosty?
Yeah. No, lesbian flowers as she hands them to you. And she goes, the flowers are for Roloman. The pearls are on the house. As she kind of she kind of smiles and she says, "Tell Roloman to call me or to come find me when he's next in town."
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Thanks. As
She
I'll
winks.
wave her off and I'll get ready to leave on Shunyet.
Yeah. As you turn and head off on Shunyet with your bouquet and pearls in hand, heading back to the shop, you hear the loud hammering, the very loud swearing coming off from down beneath the ship as
Before I
you.
get to the ship, Essa has doubts Roloman's a flower guy.
Hey, you don't know. I have a flower on my vest. Thank you very much.
I mean, that's fair. You just seem like the type that would. I think there are better gifts for you than flowers. I don't know.
You do also
Sword?
How many pearls was given?
10.
Perfect.
Well,
You also do see the large warship kind of off to the side. That's of the Metal Brand ship. Their crew kind of eyeing you up as you come walking up onto the port and heading over to your ship, or towards the ship rather. The
Ironheart Merchant Company.
No, the
Iron
ship.
Pioneer.
Iron Pioneer is what they named. Yeah, they named the ship,
their
by
name?
the way. Yeah, the ship is named
We
the
were
Iron
told-
Oh,
Pioneer.
you named the ship.
Yep.
Oh.
So they asked us. So what's the name of the ship we're delivering? So we had to name it on the spot.
Oh. Iron Pioneers, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You should have heard the
We
first
didn't
couple.
want.
Oh.
It was gonna be have heart in the name, but I argued against Cameron of we don't want more things mistaking us for the Golden Heart.
True.
Yeah. So it's tied to us via the iron instead of the heart.
Because that's
Yep.
not gonna be misunderstood.
Um, but as you kind of come aboard, you see as James and Roloman seem to be standing up on deck, as well as almost the entirety of the crew look very bored as they seem to be all sitting around, mostly drinking.
You know what?
We're doing a drinking game right now, actually. We're doing beer pong.
Can I use the pulley system to set up booze roulette?
When you're gonna turn your merchant ship into a booze cruise in front of other merchant ships and merchants passing by?
Maybe not that. We don't go that far.
Yeah, I was gonna
Not
say
that far.
the portal that lets people from Greg's Maratom's town into the territory. The prominent merchants are passing through daily and seeing you guys. Yeah.
But we'll be keeping it quiet active.
Okay.
Something simple to keep everybody busy.
In the same words of what I tell management, most of the crew does not respond and seems to pretty much try to ignore you, and any chance they can, they seem to try to avoid you as you point to them to get involved in any activity.
What do I think?
As long as they aren't causing trouble, I'm just gonna look and be like, "Don't get too loud. Don't disturb nobody. We're good."
What activities
give
do
a
they
shit.
enjoy besides drinking? Or unless that's it.
As you look
Okay.
about, you see them drinking and playing cards.
Mm.
But as you come aboard, you see as Rollman and James seem to be kind of sitting about watching and hanging out with the crew as they continue kind of drinking. You don't see the two people you bought earlier yet to have come up above deck. They seem to be nowhere to be seen.
Actually, I'll propose instead of us drinking and playing cards, which is boring, a sparring.
You see none of the giants volunteer to spar with you.
Fuck.
You gave an impressive display earlier, my friend. I don't think anyone here is.
Also, from what the one Frost Giant said, I think most of them don't want to raise weapons anymore.
Not weapons, it's like hand-hand.
Yeah, but when they say raise arms, usually they don't want to
Damn it.
fight you.
Shit.
That's why
I have to
when I
fail.
finish the spears, it'll be so that if they have to defend themselves, they have something a bit more sturdy.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I'll hand James his pearls.
Great. Do you have the sword? And I don't think the armor was meant, but I can check.
Well, I didn't have the armor. The armor was on the body of one of the Zill that Grumpy carried.
Yeah, roll them in.
It's
somewhere.
still sitting
I'd say-
over there.
The body would still be at the front of the ship, just lying there, along with, I imagine, the sword just kind of lying in the pile.
Yeah, because he also didn't take the heads. So we can probably break down the Zill for parts.
Nope, they didn't take the heads.
He just wanted to know they were... I don't think the guy that came was the one that put the quest up, because he didn't take any of the parts from the
Well,
monster.
it doesn't quite matter. We can break them down, and I can try to use the plating for.
We'll keep the
armor
heads
for
just
you
in
guys.
case they ask later.
Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do with the heads anyway. So
As you mention this, you hear as the crouch, the coughing and the grouchiness kind of starts to get louder. As you hear the old man come up and he goes, "All right, where's the whippersnapper who doubted my engineering? I'm going to beat you after I rub your nose in it. Come here, small one."
I smile and point at James.
I'd like to stealth
didn't
away as I hear him coming up.
I didn't doubt it. It was just to
As,
make sure that it would count.
Would you like me to roll hide?
No, she just kind of stand right next to
James
the
is just
beam.
gonna go walk over and go, "I never doubted you, sir."
As you stand right next to the beam, you notice that this guy is blind as a bat, as you managed
You know what,
easily.
though? I get a perfect stance right behind Rollman on my tippy toes to be his perfect shadow behind him.
You know, in Elven culture, what we do to punish those that doubt others is to shun them and not talk to them.
You know, I would agree, but if I didn't tell this young whippersnapper all about how this thing worked, then he's gonna end up getting himself caught in it, and I'm gonna have to hear about it later when you re-arrive and explain to me how he got himself killed. And I'm not gonna care.
That's fair.
He looks over at you, James, and goes,
close attention
"All right.
on how this works."
"Small one, I know your brain isn't big enough to understand this. I understand. It's okay. I'm gonna explain this as slow and the simple tongue as I can." As he starts walking you down there, you guys hear in the back of as they kind of distance off. He goes, "First off, this is a very important rule. See this in simple tongue? It reads, 'Do not step into.' It means do not step into. If I have to explain this anymore, I swear to God, I will shove you in there and shut the door now. Do you understand?
Yes.
What you are not supposed to do?"
Step into.
"Good. Alright, what are you not supposed to do?"
Step into it.
"Alright, that's the only rule. Beyond that, just shove your food in there or anything else you want to be preserved. It'll hold it and should keep it for 5 to 10 years. Depends on the item. The more closer it is to expiring before it goes in, the less time it has, basically. I heard once a story about some tabaxi or some rakshasa or something of the sort being able to create a room where they just trained in an area where time worked differently. Think of it like that. You go in there, things ain't gonna work out real well. You'll be preserved and you'll be stuck in there for years."
How do you retrieve the food from there?
"Oh, you wanted that feature?" "I'm kidding," as he looks at you deadpanned.
Oh.
And he goes, "No shit, Sherlock, that you'd want this." As he turns around and pulls out a hook and a long stick outside of a compartment right next to the door. And he goes, "Do you understand what this is, or do I have to explain it?"
It's a hook on a stick.
"Good. You're bright. I'm happy that you're hopefully a achievement to your race." As he turns and he opens the thing, and you see as he shoves it in there and pulls, and he goes, "Now the key is, I'm thinking troll ass." And as he pulls, out comes a frozen chunk of troll ass, literally in an ice cube. And he goes, "This
Well,
was the experiment. It turns out the frosting feature does work."
Oh.
I nod.
"All right," as he kind of hangs the hook back up, and he goes, "So basically, it's simple. You see that bag on your hip that you have?
It seems like it's very similar to the main bag of holding, yes.
Oh my God, it learns. I'm shocked. You are a credit to your race, young man. You're a man, right?"
A plus.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't want to be rude and assume. I've done that before, and that is an HR experience you do not want.
At least that's the limit.
Understandable. Thank you for your wisdom and
Shut up and stop kissing my ass. I'm doing this job, but not because I like you. We're not friends. I don't want to talk to you. You cannot marry my sister. I want to explain this to you. I was hired to do a job. Do you understand this?
yes.
What was I hired to do?
Reward us with an item of
No,
our
I said a job. You are so stupid, and this is so irritating. He turns and starts walking away. As he comes up around the staircase, he looks around and goes, "You, tall talking ape.
Yes.
I like you. Keep the small one alive. He's not too bright."
I will try, but as he's not very bright, he might stumble into danger.
Oh, there was a donkey like creature. He kept trying to bite like eat my cloak, so I shoved him in the thing. I hope you don't
Oh
mind.
God.
Oh my god.
How does the preservation handle living creatures?
Oh, well, it's not living anymore.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my
I'm-
god.
Going to kill this man. He killed BK.
You're not killing him.
I just-
You're not starting an international issue.
I'm gonna
Thank
start looking
you.
around for BK at this point because I'm wondering where he is.
Thank you for.
No need to thank
us
me
for
as he
that.
shrugs me off. He goes, yeah, your thanks don't mean anything in this world. As he starts kind of, his staff now in his hand kind of starts walking slowly off the ship. As he steps off the ship, you watch as James, I imagine now, turning back down, running around, looking for BK. As you head to the bottom deck, you see BK sitting there with a barrel full of carrots, with a sign on it that says "stupid" in simple tongue. At the same time, as you turn, look, or following this guy Rollman, the Toth vanishes into a fade of light, dissipating.
I imagine for a minute me and Roland are like, what are we gonna tell James?
I don't know.
I have another donkey.
I
I'm
hope-
gonna
I hope it
slowly
was- I hope it
grab
was a
the-
bison.
I grab the sign off of it, and I'm just gonna walk upstairs. I'm gonna hand it off to Roland and go. There are so many assholes in the city.
I mean, that's a pretty good prank.
Oh, you know the other name of donkeys?
I will say, you do note that when you were down there, BK is definitely a good bit thinner. He looks to be back in shape.
Nice. I don't know what he
I'm
did to
proud of him.
All right.
You can roll with it.
Cool.
As long as he isn't chewing on one of the potato demons.
Nope.
Not again.
Potato Demons is a fitting name.
That's what I'm calling it. At this point, it's a
Potato Demon.
The great quest for the potato demon's low origin. There's the storyline.
Did we hear what he was saying to James or no?
Down
James
below.
was-
Oh yes, he was very loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you didn't, James would give you the brief explanation.
So
It works like my bag of holding, so he didn't tell me what the maximum storage capacity was.
is the hook still down there?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did say.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna go find out what he pushed into or if he pushed anything in there.
As Essa kind of passes by, as Rollman and James as James is explaining
Roll
it
a
to
troll out of
Rollman.
it.
Essa, as you head down, going into there with your hook, or seeing the hook on the side, opening it up, what are you trying to grab out?
Bison. It's the only other creature we have on the ship. I think at this point.
As you pull in, you think bison, and nothing comes out.
What did he specifically say? Do you remember? Furry creature, I think, was it?
Furry creature. Did we have anything else furry on the ship?
I don't know. Just say furry creature.
No, we didn't,
Furry creature. I'll think what he thought.
because piglets aren't
Okay.
usually furry, even for hogs.
Oh, if he killed the. Oh man.
He killed the mother. Then again, it might be too big to fit.
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna
Sex
think
vegetable.
furry creature. Let's see if his thought process brings a creature out. May as well.
Oh no. Typing's not good.
I'd like to walk over to where James found BK.
Yeah, heading back out as you hang the hook back up, closing the thing back up. Yeah. Heading back down to the 3rd floor. You see
I look at
BK down
BK.
there. Yeah.
Is it real?
I walk
BK?
back up. I look at what I pulled out. I'm very confused.
What'd you pull out?
Another BK.
Which was the real one?
Is this one fat?
The one you pulled out? Yes, quite round.
Oh no.
Is it dead?
James doesn't need to know that. This is going back in.
You shove it back, go back up, rushing back up, shoving it in. That's the realization. Hearing James and Rollman coming down as James continues to explain. Yeah, so he kept making me repeat the mantra of "Don't go in." As you shove quickly and shut the door, like leaning against it. Imagine just kind of slightly
So what
whistling
do you
as they
shove
come
in
around the
there?
corner.
Nothing.
Oh, that's good, and I guess that means that all of the space is available.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll put
Do
the
we have
hook back
anything-
like nothing happened, and I'm gonna walk
So,
away.
so he didn't shove BK in there. He didn't shove any of the hogs in there, I don't think.
Nope, no hogs, no bison.
Well, you see, the sign said "stupid" on it. I think he just lied to James. It was a nice
That's
prank,
also
honestly.
entirely possible.
Can I sense motive a memory?
What do you wait?
On
All
what
right.
he said?
What does that mean?
Do that.
So you want to think back on the memory and see if you can ascertain anything from what he said, like the 2020. You know, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you, but the DC's gotta be double of what it would normally be because you're trying to look back at it. So yeah, go ahead.
It's a 20.
I remember every aspect.
As you think back on it, what are you trying to ascertain from the memory
Is he lying?
about?
Pushing a creature in there?
As you think for a moment, you're not familiar enough yet with Toth body language to really know if it was a joke or if it was sense of humor. The culture here is so foreboding and strange and surrounded by death that it could have been a legitimate joke. You're also not sure if it was 100% serious, as the creature or the guy didn't seem to show any sense of smile or humor towards you.
Okay. He might have been playing a joke. It's fine.
As you look about, you see Rollman still standing there, but Essa and the hook are gone.
Where'd the hook go?
I
That
will-
needs to stay by the door.
Yeah, where did Essa just fucking hide?
We can't reach in there barehanded. We have to have the hook.
As James shouts this out loud, I assume hoping that Essa will reappear with the hook.
He hears from the distance, I'm practicing my acrobatics.
What?
Give
Where?
me the bring the hook back now. That's not a toy.
I'll put it back later.
Now,
No,
we don't
now.
need the hook to put things in it, right?
Just retrieve
not
stuff,
not
I don't
from what
wanna
James
lose the
saw.
hook.
I'm gonna start putting perishable things in there.
Like,
I'll go let
I
the
don't
cook
know.
know that
What
he
do
has
we
a
have
pantry
that-
basically that he can use for the perishable goods.
We got 100 pounds. We got pounds of poop.
Is that perishable?
yes.
Of it. Yes, it'll break
Okay.
down.
It does start to smell worse and worse with time.
I'm going to put up a posting next to the hole that says, "Please write down what you put in so we know what to take out." What to say to take out.
Okay.
Also, I do reapproach Rollman once James is gone.
Yeah, it's
As
James.
I'm writing
Go
this.
up and take with the pearls and grab the sword and go with an owl feather.
Okay.
I'm gonna identify the sword,
Okay.
crushing the pearl and putting it.
We'll
in
get
some wine
to the gear here in a second. Essa, go ahead.
I whispered to Rollman, the real BK is dead in the freezer.
I just stopped writing and looked at Essa.
That's why I took the hook for a minute. I don't know
Damn.
what that other mule is.
I say, BK, come here. Does
You see from the stairs a few moments later, the very fluffy donkey comes walking up the stairs and looks at you.
Okay.
real
So
enough.
at some point when James is away from the ship, we're gonna get rid of the dead BK. And we'll be
I look
fine.
at this new mule. Does it look like BK in every way?
Oh, it looks like BK in every way.
Looks good enough
It's
to
just
me.
it's really quiet for some reason, whereas BK was very vocal.
I look at new BK. You need to be a bit more vocal if you want to be a good sing.
The donkey just kind of, the mule just kind of looks at you.
Your
With
life
a
depends
blank
on it, I
stare.
must say.
I hate Rollman. I don't know if this one's as intelligent as the original BK.
That's a shame. Or maybe a boon. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Anyway, I'm putting up a list here of things put in there.
Okay.
You took my one animal. Fucking hell.
Sure, one animal's fucking dead.
It's okay. Name a
Um.
new one. And this one's less noisy.
So.
It's not-
I think I'm
Yours
rude.
was part of his personality, damn it.
I want one that does its job, personally.
I will say there was actually a reason why BK died. If you want to identify the enchantment, I didn't want to tell you anything, but yeah. Let's
James
just
will
say.
go identify the room later.
Yeah, I imagine so. All right, yeah. So I imagine James kind of goes up to the corpse, kind of starts pulling the leather armor off, grabs the sword off of there, the rod and the two long bows that were left
Well,
over.
I have the rod because it was on the floor.
Oh, you were
That was-
yeah. So yeah, okay. So you kept the rod for yourself. Okay.
I'm carrying the rod. Yeah.
I'm only going to be identifying because I don't believe the armor was magical in any way. It didn't seem like that during the fight.
Did not?
The rod? Oh, I could tell you.
No,
half of
the
rod.
armor. The armor.
Oh, the
yeah.
armor?
Yeah, just the
I
armor.
have the
I
rod. He's not
doubt
identifying
their
that.
bows were magical because they didn't seem to do anything magical during the fight yet again. I'll do a general check of them for magic before I identify them.
Well, actually, he did shoot 3 arrows and have to shoot 1 arrow, which at that creature's level, that's not normal.
Correct.
I will identify one of the bows because I will assume they both are the same.
Either the creature was really good with a
You can
bow,
start with
or
detect magic, man.
you can also
Might
detect
be a
magic
good
one of them
start.
first.
Or detect magic is the radius, right? You can just see what is and what isn't.
You're right. I will
Only identify what's actually
detect
magical.
magic
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you identified something that was not magical.
So it's a cone-shaped emanation. I have it for 3 minutes.
So you're detecting magic on the bows, you said?
On
On
everything.
all of the items,
All
yes,
the items.
I look at them.
Okay.
What does
Uh,
5 detect magic tell you?
Huh?
For detect magic, Cameron? You just say if it's magical or not, nothing else.
Presence or absence of magical auras for the first round. Second round, the number of different magical auras and the power of the most potent aura. Strength and location of each aura at the third round. If items or creatures bearing auras are in line of sight, you can make spellcrafty skill checks to determine the school of magic involved in each.
So it's
Make
spellcraft.
1 check per aura, DC 15 plus spell level, or 15 plus half caster level for a non-spell effect.
Okay.
Spellcraft time.
Yeah.
Spellcraft time have split.
No.
Yeah, let's just see
Um,
what school it is first.
Okay, so you're trying. So for the detect magic, you said you're casting that. For the sword, there is.
Faint, moderate, strong, or overwhelming.
Give me a second. This would be faint to, it's on the heavier side of a faint, to the lighter side of a moderate signature of magic. It gives off necromancy magic school as far as it goes.
Okay, so I didn't even have to roll for that. That's good.
Did not. The other items do give off magic, but do not have schools associated with them. Which means that they are, you would know that means just they're just enchanted. They are not necessarily, that means they just don't have spell abilities tied to them specifically.
Even the rod doesn't have a spell tied to it.
Well, the rod's not there.
The rod's
No, it's not there. No.
I forgot about that.
No, it's
Uh,
just
well,
the
then
bow and the
I
armor.
can only cast this 3 times, so
Are you snorting pearls over there?
I don't have to snort them. I have to crush them and drink them.
With every cast, he's drinking a cup of wine with pearls in it.
All right.
That probably doesn't taste good.
Well, no, it doesn't say how long prior to the spell casting. It just says it must be drunk prior to spell casting.
Okay, so for the ones you're gonna get, so here is the armor.
Yeah, but Cameron, most spells, that's per cast. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying
every time
not
you
to
cast,
drink.
you're downing a cup.
He's gonna be drunk.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm writing everything down for you.
Oh yeah, this whole thing happened with Esther just holding flowers the entire time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the flowers don't react. Yeah, the flowers don't react in the same sense, if you will. All right, give me a second, because the bows you said were there, correct?
Yeah, but I would have only been able to identify one of them.
Yeah. Give me a second. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Look, to be fair, Esther told me she was leaving to buy something. She came back with an item James told her to buy and flowers. Presumably, I went to buy flowers.
True.
Yeah.
Give me a second. So there's that one. Let me actually close some of these tabs as I actually write these out, so that way there's less. You said the ring is staying on, is not with,
Correct.
Okay.
So the things I'm identifying would be the armor, the sword, and one of the bows.
Well, yeah.
And we'll assume that both of the bows are the same thing for right now.
You have the detect magic to see if they are both magical.
Yes, they both are magical.
Okay.
That's what was already stated. That's why I'm identifying one of the bows.
I apologize.
I'm not gonna waste an identifying something non-magical.
You don't have to apologize. We've saved his life enough times. He should be happy with that.
No, I need to apologize. I didn't hear that.
Okay. So, sword, longbow, armor. Okay.
It's okay.
Because the ring and the rod are with you. That's what you find. So you find the leather armor to be enchanted with the enchant silent move. And it is a +2 leather armor. Both longbows are, or well, what you assume to be both longbows, rather, at this point, seem to both be +1, and seem to both have the same distance enchantment that you recognize as you see the runes carved onto them. The sword, you recognize as a +2 great sword, or sorry, not great sword, bastard sword.
Alright, it's a bastard sword.
Yeah, let me fix that, because that's the...
I will bring this armor of silent moves to Essa. This is leather armor of silent move. It would probably be best for you.
Okay. I will take armor, and I will take off my boots because they get the exact same effect.
Now
someone else.
Boots. I'll take boots, unless
You can have boots at Elvenkind.
Take them.
+5 to move silently. Enjoy.
Wait, do they get a bonus for him being a half-elf?
No, the
No.
boots
wait.
just do what the boots.
Yeah, well, that is fair to ask, I guess.
Mm-mm.
If my
There are
lineage
some as a
matters.
elf. The boots are not one of them. It's just an item.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, that'll be good for you then. Still.
Okay, want to make sure that... Alright, cool. I'm correct on that. Cool.
+5 to silent move is what you said?
Huh?
Yeah, that's what they give.
Silent move.
+5 to move silently.
And then, yeah, the sword, the bastard sword, is a +2 masterwork. It is a large bastard sword, for reference, so I'll edit that in there so that way you have that down.
Epic.
I'll pass the bastard sword off to.
Is it
Roland.
cursed?
I will say, identify does not recognize if an item is cursed.
It does not.
Doesn't tell me. If
The
it's
only
cursed or
thing
not.
it tells you is technically he got the School of Magic from his detect magic, so he knows that it was necromancy. That's all, but that's all he knows. It did not
Can I
have any
roll to
magic
see-
effect though.
Can I knowledge Arcana to see if it is cursed?
Sure.
While he's doing that, I'm recalling the combat and the specific Zill that was holding this sword. Did he seem hampered or different
17.
anyway from
Well,
any of the other?
I mean, he went Super Saiyan, so to speak. You saw him change colors and suddenly start to get yell and scream. With a 16,
17.
17,
Not 16.
Okay. We'll come back to that. What? Yes, Roman.
like before then, like
No, he didn't seem to be any different other than the fact that he was one of the three larger, or one. It was one of the three larger. With a 17, as you look at the blade, James, give me a crafting check as well, real quick. Let's say I think it's metalworking or weaponsmithing, whatever. Either one will work.
I'll give metalworking. That's an 18.
As you look at the blade, this blade has strange, weird spikes coming out of it. This is a blade designed to be not necessarily for great at hand-to-hand combat for a normal commoner or a knight or an adventurer. This is a weapon designed to harm someone, like to specifically hurt them before they die as it shreds them. As you look this twisted blade up and down, given the necromancy and everything, you're not sure if it's cursed, but it's an ugly-looking blade. It's got a necromancy effect. It doesn't take much common sense to put two and two together as you start to look at it. It could be cursed, but it looks to be.
This is going into the not for you to use. It's going with all the other goods we'll sell here.
I'd be willing to try it if we had a remove curse on hand.
We don't.
Yes, I recognize that. If we do in the future get one.
If we still
Like
have
another
it and
coin.
we can't sell it before we
It would
leave,
break.
if we can't sell it before we leave and we still have it, then sure.
Alright.
But this will get put up. I will put it with the rest of the goods that are for sale that we will plan on selling before we leave.
Okay. Excuse me.
And the bow, I will look at Rollerman and Essa and go, both these bows have a distance enchantment on them, and they are +1.
Cool.
If
I look
either
at
of
the
you-
bow, recognizing it's the wrong kind of bow, and I just shake my head.
I like my blessed bow better.
Oh, and then I forgot to put the arrow count. Sorry.
I
Well,
will
that-
take it, Rose.
You guys can help yourselves to the arrows. I'm gonna put this stuff, the bows and the sword, with the other items we'll be selling. Although I don't think we'll sell them here because I don't think they're too interested in weapons.
Plus 6 arrows.
No, not like as in
6
plus.
quivers.
No,
I
it's
was about to say,
it's 5
oh,
arrows in the
wow.
one quiver and 6 in the other. So as in like
So
there's
11 arrows total.
yeah,
I
11
was
arrows
like,
in total.
holy shit, yeah, I'll take those.
No.
Those are
Yeah.
for killing.
Yeah, the boss. Whenever the boss becomes, that's what you're using it for.
5 2 quivers, 5 plus 6 arrows. 56 arrows?
No. But yeah, as you kind of dig about the equipment, yeah. I will say with your detect magic, doesn't that has a time limit, right?
It does. It
Cool.
lasts 1 minute per level. So an identify takes
3 minutes.
it's an instant.
Essa, their ring starts to give off some sort of strangeness to it. You recognize this as the air specific domain. From
The
it.
air domain.
Yes. Something on the Essa is giving that off, as well as something else is giving off a faint magic, similar to the other items that had enchantments that did not have an actual spell effect on them.
Your ring, that ring is connected to the air domain, and something else is a little hinky on you. Did you pick up anything else while you were down there? While you're looting things?
Knowing he just cast it, I look at like my 7 magic items. I'm like, I don't know. It could be any of them.
I remember there being one with a rod that lit himself on fire.
You mean the giant stick on my back?
Yeah, that one.
That's like almost as tall as I am? Yeah.
There it is.
I'm guessing it doesn't have a specific school attached to it.
No, it does not.
Did they
No.
witness him blowing himself up, or was that an ethereal plane when that happened? Question.
I'm assuming you would have seen the bits of fire left on him and the scorched body.
Yeah, well, no, the only person who saw it would have been Rolleman. So, the only thing that they would have seen would be the after effects of the creature being slightly having charred marks on it as it died.
Yes, so what happened was the Zill used the rod and blew up in a ball of fire. So I think that rod might blow yourself up.
It's a
Fire.
wand of some sort, most likely.
A rod of...
Well, it's a rod, actually.
Oh, regardless, it might not be safe for you to use. Set it aside, I will identify it tomorrow.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, I think it might be just on using it. So I wouldn't recommend using it. Other than that, it's probably fine.
I promise for now I won't use it as I cross my fingers behind my back.
All right.
This is for your safety and ours, please.
No,
But-
they can have it.
I will.
Why do you want them to drop it so bad?
I'd rather identify it to know what they have, so that I can
To
inform
be added to the
on what they
dragon
have.
horde as I walk to my room.
As it
That's
turns,
a
walking
reward
away.
for
Uh,
the quest.
How are you feeling though? You took quite a beating down there.
What, me?
Yes, you.
I feel right as rain.
You look about, noticing that rain is not right. It's perpendicular. Or technically,
Straight as rain.
vertical.
I'd like to roll
Vertical.
a heal check to see how injured he is.
It's upright as
Sure,
rain.
give me a heal check.
Yes.
17.
Tell me his HP.
Rolleman, do you look like you're near death?
Yeah, I'm on 1 HP.
Oh, are you?
No.
I'm feeling a solid 35 out of 42 right now.
Yeah, as you look him over, you realize, Rolleman's not poisoned. His few wounds he has seem to be very superficial, like cuts. He looks to be almost fine.
Alright, and if you're sure. Although, if you want me to heal you up, now's the time to ask.
Look, I'll come to you if I start bleeding profusely.
Alright, since that's the case, I have 2 other patients to work on.
Who?
I walk to Essa's room and knock on the door. Where are the other 2 that still need more healing?
The other 2?
The-
Who do you
They're
talking
in the
about?
same room they've been in.
Rome has still.
I'd rather you be there in case they attack me, because I'd rather not get strangled by dragons.
Take Rollaman, I'm doing something.
What? Who are we talking about here, James?
Follow me, Roland, as I lead you to the two people that Essa bought and freed.
Yeah, heading down to
do
the
have
animal
names.
pens. Yep.
Do have names.
You see the two very thin, scale still falling off, shaking like leaves, curled up in a corner of hay, fit song dragons that seem to be curled up, wearing rags. Their collars now off, like the irons are all fully pulled off, though they seem to both be cuddled next to each other, sleeping.
I feel bad waking them.
It's the two O's. It's
That
Ovier and Orvier. They're both O's.
That is copy and pasted from what I was saying.
I know, but I told you I've corrected it with both those. Thank you.
I looked to James. What wounds were they injured?
They've been enslaved for a long time, and just take a general look at them with how you lived before. What do you see wrong?
Their minds are probably not right. Can you heal their minds, James? Or look at them.
That requires intensive therapy, and I don't have a mustache enough for that.
So what do you plan to do?
The physical wounds I can at least work on.
Okay.
As I walk over and I will grab, like, I know there's probably loose blankets and whatnot. I will grab a loose blanket and set it beside them for each of them if they want it.
As you do, you hear the fat boar right in the same pen kind of squeal from her cage. As you pull the blanket off her cage, she starts freaking out, rattling the cage, and the two
I
of them...
wouldn't grab one like that. If there's any extra, god damn it, I said that. That means not in use. That is in active use.
Do you think if an animal's using it, it's in use?
Dude, that's not. It's sitting on a cage.
That is in use. That is in use,
No, it's
keeping an
not.
animal calm.
The pig doesn't
Yes,
need
it is.
As you look
No.
about, you don't see any blankets or anything about that are in use currently. I mean, remember, it's cold outside. Even if it is warm, it's still cold for the most part. So these creatures still need to be kept warm.
I'll be standing in the door with my arms
I
crossed
will
against the
just
door.
gently lay a hand on each of them and pump a bit of healing into them.
Can we not say pump? But sure.
I will gently and carefully heal them with the power of magic.
I really thought you were just gonna say gently pump them.
Yeah, James's sexuality is be adding to the Essa notebook.
Yeah, right.
I'll roll this singularly for each of them.
Oh,
The first one that I lay a hand on gets maximum health.
Yeah, what's 11? You watch as they perk right up.
And the next one gets 7.
The other their wounds seem to close up, but both of them still seem to stay sleeping as you watch as their breathing becomes heavier. A slight warmth starts to feel like it's radiating off of them.
Well, I don't think we're doing anything else today, so I will pump another one into each of them. Not pump, I will heal them again.
Man really wants to say pump.
Alright, Diddy, come on now.
Oh god.
Listen. Damn.
The first one's gonna be healed so much.
As he's already full health, and more health is pumped into him, yeah.
Ensuring any
I
long-term
thought they
injuries are
die
getting
from having
healed.
too much health.
Yeah, right. The body warms up even more as the individual takes a level of exhaustion. As their body heals at such a rapid rate that they're without having eaten much of a meal in the last few years. This takes a pretty good strain on the body. The second looks to be in a little bit better shape as the fever doesn't look as intense as they didn't heal nearly as much. Their bodies seeming to not take the exhaustion, but seeming to still warm up and pant as they seem to start to moan and make weird noises slightly in their sleep, as if something's like attacking them.
Satisfied?
That most of their injuries are now tended to, yes. Let's head up. We can let Essa know that they'll probably need to eat and be on rest. Light meals because they have to get used to eating again, though. As James will head on up.
Alright, yeah, as you head back up to the second level, coming up, you see as Essa's still in their room.
I'll just knock Essa, make sure that they eat. They should be. They're as good as I can get them about.
Essa does not answer.
I was assuming Essa has heard me, and I'm just gonna go to my own room and lay down at this point.
Rollman, you're left out in the hallway as you watch James kind of walk into his room after Essa didn't respond, and you're just kind of left standing there.
Good night, Rollman.
Alright, good night. I'll go to the cook and get some food from him to put in the next to the two dragonkin.
Before Rollman walks away, I gotta roll something.
Before?
We're gonna see what happens.
Oh no, you're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do.
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
You're not gonna use it, are you?
Maybe.
Don't use it. I don't recommend it.
Don't
Oh,
do
this is the
something that's
best
gonna
one.
put us all in fucking danger. No, you don't get to bitch at me for doing stupid
You
shit.
know
and
you
then
have a
go do
chance of like unleashing something horrible into the ship.
The door opens and butterflies start to roar out of the room.
Hmm?
God.
600 butterflies fly out of the
What are you-
room.
Like, actually?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
playing with the fucking rod that I tried to take away from them. There's
Butterfly.
reasons I tried to take
Wait,
things.
what did you roll? Because I've got a different table.
The link you sent me, it was 48. Stream of 600 large
Oh,
butterflies.
okay.
Forth and flutter around.
I just missed that. My bad. Never mind.
Guys, it's a wild magic rod.
My
God fucking damn it! You're not allowed to play with it anymore.
Yeah. As the butterflies come flying out, they almost blind you as you start to turn. As you turn to walk away, Rollman. Turning back, hearing the loud opening of the door. You find these butterflies surrounding your face, causing the entire room to go into a pitch-like color coordination mix.
They
I
only
hear
last
the
for 2
commotion?
rounds.
As James, you hear the commotion from your room, and as you get to the door, just as soon as you do to open it, the butterflies are gone.
The fuck was that noise?
Where did I see where they came from?
You heard a door open. You did not see where they came from.
My door closed.
Roland,
Roland's concern is like there might be moths or something in the ship.
God fucking
Look
damn it.
around. We might have an infestation.
I'm gonna do, I guess, a search for
Where'd they go?
infestation of bugs.
I'm gonna go get the food to the
Make
dragon.
sure it's something soft and easy to digest. As
I was
search-
really hoping one of
That
the
you would
rolls
explode?
No, one of them reduces the wielder by 2 size categories for 1 day.
Yeah, there's also one on there
13.
summons a rhino or an elephant. By the way,
That would have been hilarious.
that would
would've
have been
had an
horrible.
elephant.
What was that, James? What was the 13 for?
Search.
For-
I'm looking
looking
for where
for
these
bugs.
bugs might have come from.
Oh, as you look about, you see no signs of any bugs. You kind of look about, and as Rollman turns to walk away, it starts to make you think, maybe Rollman got hit in the head, or maybe he was lying about
It's
you
the
to you
condition.
when
It's
he
getting worse.
when he told you that nothing was wrong. Maybe he was actually a lot more injured. You're kind of unsure, but as you look back, you don't see any bugs. Not even a carcass.
Is there like any powder from the butterflies?
No,
wings?
nothing.
I'll go knock on Essa's door again and go, Essa, keep an eye on Roland if you come out. He saw a bunch of fucking butterflies. I'm going to bed. He's getting your little Orver and Orver?
Orver and Orim.
Yep.
Orm. Orver and Orem, food. They'll have a mild fever at this point because they may have from the healing, but they should be fine in the morning.
I'm just gonna go give them an actual blanket.
As the door opens up, James, you see Essa kind of walking out, straight-faced, completely staring at you as if nothing's happened.
got a booger face on, for sure.
Little butterfly kind of blows off the back of their shoulder as they walk out of the room.
A butterfly?
Not one
I
that you
see it?
see. You do not see it.
That was an ethereal butterfly that only Roman could see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not really the healer guy. You should probably check Rollman for an injury yourself, as I'll walk off with a blanket.
Just keep an eye on him. He may have hit his head or something.
Can do.
Man, you witnessed me take all the blows. You think I hit my head? I mean, I did hit my head actually, which is fair because I hit the ceiling.
As Rollman
I go
and
back
Essa
to my room and go to bed.
Yeah, James heads to bed. Rollman and Essa heading below deck and treating with the slaves. Rollman dropping off food as Essa kind of gets them all cozied up and set up, making sure that they eat. The lot of you kind of head off to take to find out your time for guard duty, as well as get some sleep. As
I will talk to Essa while we're.
Oh, yeah.
So you bought slaves?
Yeah, they're old friends.
Old friends.
Went missing one day. Found him recently.
All right.
Why?
I just don't want to speak of my charity case where we're just freeing slaves all the time.
Yeah, no, they're friends. Also, do you like the butterflies?
It was you.
You can't prove anything. I'm not wrong.
Name the rod.
You do see Essa has the rod on them.
Be careful with that if you know what it does.
It makes butterflies.
It
God
also
damn
made
it, no,
fire.
it doesn't, you fucking ass.
You hear Rollman say that as you kind of turn around the corner. Heading back into your room, Essa. Rollman, you are left alone down there. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Oh, excuse me.
I pat not BK on the head.
As you do, he kind of looks at you with dull eyes and then goes back to chewing on some food.
Nice.
Hey, Rollman, out of game. Once he's asleep, should we go get rid of fake BK? Or real BK? The dead one? Once James is asleep.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on James' room, make sure he doesn't come out, you get rid of the body.
I'll do it on my guard duty.
Alright.
Yeah.
As Rollman's up first for guard duty,
Okay.
as you go to pull it out, Essa kind of leaning against like the doorway, looking down straight the hallway. The cook's quarters and area off to the right, the general quarters for the rest of the crew with their hanging, what are they called? The hammocks, thank you. Rocking back and forth, and then the actual quarters, the individual quarters further down where you lot stay. Essa kind of watching down the hallway, waiting, seeing it for us. James is in there. Rollman, you go in and go to pull the thing out. As you start taking the ice cube with you, is there anything is there anything special you want to do, or are you just taking this thing up and tossing it over the edge?
Taking it up and tossing it over the edge.
All right. As you take it up and head to the top of the deck, give me let's say a spot check.
Spot check. What's my bonus on that? If I can find it. Oh, cool. Probably at +1. Wait a second. Ah, +2. Let's go.
Oh no.
5.
As you go heading up there, you feel a slight wetness to your hand as you continue up the way. As you get to the edge of the ship, giant ice cube on the edge. The cook who is standing at the helm kind of looks over at you and goes, "Why are you tossing the meat over the board?"
I look down.
And looks at the ice cube on the edge. He goes, "Yeah, why are you tossing the meat overboard?"
I mean, if he butchers BK, that's also an option, but...
This was, you know BK, right?
He comes down and goes, "Yeah, the donkey that I was feeding."
It,
He
I'll
looks,
be honest with the cook. It seems when the Toth gentleman came and put in the upgrade, BK ended up into the preservation, killing him.
He was laughing maniacally about something about getting him back and making him kill his own pet. I have no idea. I was wondering what he meant by that.
Getting back by killing his own pet. I look down. Is this BK dead?
from your spot check earlier, it looks like it's not moving. It's an ice cube. It's thawing. Slowly, but it is.
Thaw him out, find out the truth.
Curious. I'll stay up here. Let this BK thaw out, see if it's actually dead or not.
He nods and goes, "Oh, all right. Well, here, I'll head back down then below." As he kind of heads down, he passes into the main quarters past you, as kind of waving at you. As he heads down the main hallway towards the individual quarters, you watch as he walks over to James's door and starts to like walk up to tap on it, knocking louder. He goes, "Hey, James! I think your donkey's frozen upstairs."
James bolts, getting to the door and looks up at him. Okay, I'm going. I'll check him with you. As James runs upstairs, he's in his pajamas, which consists of a long nightshirt and a nightcap at this point.
Hey James, where are you going?
Too warm.
A little like a loincloth kind of hanging in the wind as he runs past.
Jesus Christ, get dressed first. Jesus
No,
Christ.
my best friend, my best animal friend.
He's downstairs. He's fine.
Not listening because he's still half asleep.
He's
James
manic.
charges upstairs.
I'm tackling him.
Oh my god.
All right. You want to make it? I'll give it. I mean, he won't notice you from behind. Yeah, it's just gonna be a grapple.
Grapple via grapple. Who's the better grappler?
Yeah, it's just gonna be a grapple, no attack of opportunity, because I don't think James is expecting you to tackle him in this situation.
No, I don't. What's my grapple?
It's gonna be your base, so your base attack bonus plus your strength
Plus your
modifier.
Yeah, and since you are both medium, you get no extra bonus.
Yeah.
So that'll be a total of 4. Okay.
We have the same modifier for grapple.
Hey, are we grappling? I want to join.
You want to just dive into the middle?
That's an 8.
Ouch.
19? Damn.
19.
Down you go.
As you tackle him on the stairs, grabbing hold of James, wrestling him about, James, you just feel as someone grabs you from behind and is holding you down as you feel the cold scales on you.
Don't ignore me.
The chef doesn't lie as I start slowly just pulling us up the stairs one by one.
No, back down you go.
As the two of you are kind of like held on the stairs, the cook kind of walks around the edge and to the doorway and goes, "You two like fucking or like
Wrestling practice. Go away."
Well, that's a yeah. Can you go in your room and do this? Like you might. He just kind of like picks you both up and kind of like brings you back into the quarters, into the quarters, and like takes you back towards the back area and sets you down on one of like the side beds set for a guest and just leave and walks back to the thing. And goes, "All right, now," and he closes some drapes and walks off. "Now you have your privacy."
James is struggling to get away.
You're not in your right mind. We'll explain later.
Roman.
I want the truth, my body.
As you hear below the movement and stuff, you start to notice the ice is starting to crack slightly, and it's starting to melt. You notice the eyes inside seem to be like moving about rapidly and getting bigger.
Oh, all right.
As BK is fighting the ice cube.
I will help break off ice.
Yeah, as you start hitting the ice, the two of you, after a few moments, seem to crack it, and you hear him heeing and hawing loudly, so loud it wakes the entire ship.
Oh my god.
James is hearing this, and he is struggling harder.
Stop it.
Is there a blanket somewhere that I could?
As you go to, you watch as he's not shivering. He just kind of shakes the ice off and looks at you as with his puppy dog eyes. Slightly skinnier than he was before he went into the ice. A little piece of cloth hanging out of his mouth where you see that looks to be similarly patterned to that Master Toth you had seen earlier.
Diplomacy.
I'll grab it.
Okay. Actually, go ahead and give me another grapple check for the two of you.
You're not being let go until I'm told we're good.
Another grapple check for both of us.
Yeah, both another grapple check from both of you. Let's see if you can keep him held down there. We'll call it a contested roll.
I was about to say you have to nat 20 to beat me. I just got a 23.
Damn. As it continues to hold you down, you hear a couple of the crew giggle. Go. So I guess dragon mating must be a lot more violent when it comes to the male's experience.
Stop resisting.
Here one of them goes, man, I wish I had a woman like that. As the conversation goes on, Roman and BK come strolling down down the thing to the second floor, and BK heeing and hawing about as he goes and sniffs around for the carrots that are set aside by the chef.
I'll read the message, or if there's anything on the note or thing that was in his mouth or whatever.
Oh, it was just a piece of cloth that looked like he bit off the Toth's cloak.
I thought it was a note.
You do hear the sounds of struggling, and the sounds of like rampant, like loud wrestling.
That's my donkey.
Does it sound like sex?
My mule.
As you hear the cook go, look over at you, Rollman. He goes, I think our captain's really well blessed between the legs, and I think Essa is asserting her dominance to take it from him. I think we should kind of leave us one off. We'll let him know about about BK being all right here in a minute.
I want to see who wins, and I just said
No, it's not that kind of wrestling. No, oh god, he's like, no, I'm not stopping him. He turns back to chopping carrots.
I'm not interfering. I want to see who wins.
You hear from inside the room, I'm the king of the ring. You're gonna stay down.
A ring now, huh?
You know, I always knew dragons were into something little weird things.
Are you rolling another grapple?
Yeah, go ahead and give me another grapple check.
Come on, James. Oh. James, you're really bad at this.
12.
James is half asleep and like trying his hardest here. Oh. As the grappling continues to start.
You know what? I'm gonna cast a spell.
Oh my god.
I have my legs around his waist and he's pulled up towards me like, no, stop it.
You can't cast while you're you can't cast while grappled.
Yeah.
Even if it would, let me check something.
I think it'd be only verbal, maybe.
I believe grapple. Excuse me.
You definitely can't do somatic and.
I'm just saying,
material,
he tries to cast a
verbal,
spell.
you might be able to.
I'm putting my hand on his mouth. He's not talking.
I'm gonna fucking bite your hand here.
You can
Damn
try.
it, it's somatic too. I thought prestidigitation was just verbal.
Grapple, yeah. So, yeah, it looks like. Let's see. No threatened squares, no dexterity saves, no movements. If you're grappled, you can activate magic items. You can attempt to cast a spell while grappling, or even while pinned, provided its casting time is no more than one standard action. It has no somatic component, and you have any in-hand, any material components or focus you might need, which you don't currently.
So basically only verbal.
Yeah, verbal's your only thing.
I can't do anything.
No.
Let me go.
As the two of you continue to wrestle, to you, Roman, you can definitely tell it's starting to tire out between the two of them, as you can definitely hear the sounds of struggle are kind of coming to an end.
You know what? That's it. I need a fortitude save.
Oh my god, what are you doing? Are you choking him out?
Are you gonna breathe on him?
No.
You drugging him?
That's a 9.
You pass out.
Oh my god.
What'd you do?
Does it get poison?
This is sleep poison.
That would be an 11. That still wouldn't pass.
Still not good enough.
As the struggle continues for a few more moments, suddenly the sounds of slight snoring can be heard. As the curtain, like the drapes are pulled back and the metal is like heard. You see as Essa comes out, a little disheveled, like straightening her armor. I imagine after the whole fight.
I give a slow clap a little bit. Impressive.
Cook looks over at Essa and goes, you know, my wife was like that once too when we were young.
I guess we're a couple now.
I just say I've won today, and I walk away back to my room.
Also, BK's fine.
Yeah. As you see BK sitting there, the slightly chubbier, with his big eyes chewing on the carrots that the chef is preparing.
He probably won't be happy tomorrow. I decided to knock him out. Figured he wasn't in his right frame of mind.
You knocked him out?
The chef looks over at Rollman and goes, listen, lad, as he puts a shoulder on Rollman's shoulder and leans down and goes, when you're older, you'll understand that sometimes the lass just wants you to go to sleep, and she'll just do you out of pity to get you to nod off.
Oh my god.
I relish the challenge.
He nods and goes, "So did I, and those were the best nights I've ever had. I didn't even have to care. It was just all about me, and then she wanted to go off and do her thing. It was fantastic." That might explain why she married the guy that stayed. You know, you see that look off into the distance suddenly.
Go get a drink, man.
He checks out of the conversation, going and sitting in his hammock and laying down as it starts to go rock side to side.
I'll
We're
go
all
in and
been used to hearing this. James is talking in his sleep that out of worry because he was woke up and he panicked.
How long will you be asleep? Let's see. I gotta roll.
I'll go make sure James is properly in his bed.
Yeah, picking him up and taking him to his bed.
Max roll 3 hours.
James, you're gonna have a great sleep. As you are taken back to your bed.
I imagine there's some small cheers from the crew as I'm carried through.
Oh yeah, you hear in the background a couple of them laughing
The
and
Dragon
cheering.
Lair.
He did his best.
One of the guys, you hear one of the guys go, "Lucky bastard, I've been trying all year." She doesn't even know my name. Bro, I don't even think she figured out I exist, as you hear another one speak.
I'm the gold crew. That's nice.
You're the only people on the crew.
Yeah, when you travel for 9 months at sea alone and you're the only woman on the crew, well, I'm gonna be honest, the goat looks pretty.
The wrestling I just did, I don't think I can do it to a frost change. It's got like a +8 plus their strength.
Yeah. But as the three of you kind of continue your night, going off to watch James passing out for the rest of the night while the crew makes up for him, we spend the rest of the night, or the crew spends the rest of the night with an uneventful yet quiet and peaceful evening. As the sun rises and 8 to 9 o'clock comes once more, when the party will awaken once again. But that will be next time when we see you. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed this grand wrestling match. And we hope to see you next time for the Ironheart Merchant Company.